hockey, basketball. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. It's a gorgeous day in Colorado. Just drop dead gorgeous fall day.
Beautiful.
And as I was walking in here, I see a couple guys hanging out on the patio. The sun's on them. They got a cocktail in their hand. And I just said, damn. So if you want to be one of those guys, you can come say what's up at Jackson's. But, yeah, it's a great day. We were just up in Superior.
We were
in Superior. We're doing a fun, a really good thing for our community for a recruiting classroom here in the month of December, and we're going to be collecting some new and used sports equipment for some kids that need it. But we did a video up there, and actually on the way home, I was pulled off to the side of the road, and Phil saw me on the side of the road. And you pulled over and tried to help me.
Well, I'm driving down there first because you left before me. So I'm like, okay, like we're trying to get to Jackson's, and there could be some traffic. And I'm driving down the street or driving down the road. And usually I take the toll road, not this time. So you're lucky, Zach.
Yeah.
And I see this Jeep, this brand new Jeep.
It's a Ford Bronco.
A Bronco.
Yes,
Bronco.
yes,
Sorry,
yes.
A brand new Bronco with the
Hold
new
on.
stickers.
No, don't say it yet because I haven't put it out there yet. So don't say how you can differentiate. Because when you and I haven't put it out there yet, but when you see my new vehicle, you're gonna know that it's mine.
Okay.
Because it's got some signage on it, and we'll get to it.
For sure. So I knew right away that it was Zach Buys. It was just big and beautiful. And so I'm like, okay, like what's going on? Brand new Bronco. It's already broken down on him. Damn.
Yes.
He might need to go get some money back.
Yes. Which honestly just happened to Stokely. He had a new car, brand new, in the last 6 months. Literally, like they sold him a lemon. Dude, it broke down in the middle of the road like a brand new car.
And you probably sold a couple of those when you used to work. Trying to get some money,
I did
fake
sell,
like it's brand new when there's a bad motor in there.
Yes, I did used to sell cars my first year out of college. But thanks for trying to help me. You thought I needed some help, so you pulled over, and I was like, I appreciate that, Phil.
Yeah.
I was doing a little bit of more radio, because I don't do enough radio. I was just on ESPN radio, doing a national radio hit but in the car, it's like just muffled and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, let me just pull over on the side of the road.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cramp your style.
No, you weren't.
I know you're big time right now.
No.
Brand new whip, radio. I mean, you can't get enough of it.
Oh,
always
my
going
gosh.
viral on Instagram. I mean, I need to get your autograph before you get too big.
Oh, my gosh. Well, they wanted to talk about this football game.
Yeah.
They wanted to talk about this game, and the attention around Broncos Chiefs this Sunday at Mile High. We already told you CBS is sending their number one crew. You guys may have heard, or maybe not, that they're sending their studio pregame crew to Mile High. They do this 2 or 3 times a year. So that whole CBS crew that's usually inside is going to be right outside Mile High. So if you're going to the game and you want to go check that out and be a part of the live shot, you can go ahead and do that. But there's just a lot of buzz around this a football team right now.
Well, Zach, it feels like a playoff game. It truly does.
I
and
agree.
Not necessarily for the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos are 8-2. This time, it's the Kansas City Chiefs trying to figure things out. It's the Kansas City Chiefs trying to hold on as fast or as hard as possible when it comes to losing this division. All right, like if they lose this game, it's bad for the Kansas City Chiefs if they want and they have aspirations to win the division. So they know that they have to come here down to Denver and have their best game. They know they have to come down to Denver and make sure they execute at a high level. And Patrick Mahomes has to make sure he's on point. If not, against our Denver defense, it's going to be a long day for Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I will say, and I know some of our audience won't like to hear this, but when I was just talking to those guys on ESPN Radio, they said, hey, you have the Colts who are 8-2, you have the Broncos who are 8-2, the Patriots are 9-2. They said, who do you think right now will end up being the biggest threat in the AFC here in the playoffs? And I said, guys, you probably don't want to hear it, but I'm going with Kansas City. If there is anyone in this era of NFL football that has earned the benefit of the doubt,
yeah,
it's the team that has played in 5 of the last 6 Super Bowls. who has won 3 of their last 4, who is scoring in the high 20s and 30s now on a regular basis after getting healthier. They're coming out of the bye. I am not in the business of prematurely burying Kansas City. This is going to take everything on Sunday.
That would be foolish to do because of what you just laid out for us. On top of that, you do have Patrick Mahomes, the best quarterback in the NFL right now. You do have Andy Reid, the best offensive-minded coach. Spags over there, who has done a great job throughout his career with the Chiefs defense of scheming up creative ways to get pressure on the quarterbacks and get turnovers. So you're going up against a Kansas City Chiefs team that has experience, that right now is desperate for a win.
Yes, they are.
And they're going to give Denver their best shot. And it's for the Denver Broncos. It's like, hey, we're not fully healthy right now. We're not 100% healthy. We don't have J.K. Dobbins, our best offensive weapon. We don't have Pat Surtain, who just helps one side an offense. So you're going into this game pretty much with one of your hands tied behind your back,
Agreed.
Trying to fight the Kansas City Chiefs, who are kind of healthy, and they're starting to heat up right now.
Yeah, this is going to take everything to win this football game on Sunday. It will, because Kansas City, they are feeling their mortality, I think, for the first time in this era of Chiefs football.
That's wild. That's wild to even say and think.
Yeah, it is.
First time.
Yeah, for the first time since Pat Mahomes took over. I mean, think about this. The Chiefs currently sit in 3rd place in the AFC West, right? They have a 74% chance of making the playoffs. Their chances of winning the division is down to 26%. If the Broncos win on Sunday, their chances of winning the AFC let's start with the Broncos. If the Broncos win on Sunday, their chances of winning the division jumps up to 37%. Okay? If the Chiefs lose, dude, they could be in danger of missing the playoffs. They'll be a 5-5 football team. It seems almost impossible to think, but their odds.
I love to hear that. By the way, I love to hear that the Kansas City Chiefs may not make the playoffs if they lose this game.
Yeah, I mean
Let's go.
Their playoff probability will be in the 50s. It'll be in the 50s in terms of playoff probability. A win. They have an 80% likelihood to be in the postseason. A loss, they have just a 59% chance to be in the playoffs. Could you imagine if the Broncos win on Sunday and Kansas City is fighting for their playoff life? Forget the division. Their playoff life with, at that point, it would be 6 games left in the season. I mean, wow, that would be cinema.
Life is already good when it comes to the sports world for us Denver folks.
Agreed.
You know, you got the Avs, the Nuggets, and now the Denver Broncos doing their part. If we beat the Chiefs here at home, which we should be able to do if things go right for us and we can make some plays, we're going to talk about it all day today. It just feels great to hear that the Kansas City Chiefs may be out of the playoffs or fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah, wouldn't that be fun to watch them struggle?
Yeah, they're already struggling a little bit. I love watching them squirm in their seats a little bit more. They're too cocky, man. Too cocky.
Yeah, well, here's another thing. This is a football team in Kansas City that has won a road game this year. One road win for the Kansas City Chiefs. And you're coming to Denver, who has won 10 consecutive games a mile high. So, like, the dynamic here, it's got a chance. And we went over it yesterday. I won't go over the numbers again. But the Denver Broncos have played Kansas City so tight for about 3 straight years. Even the games that they lose, they come right down to the wire, typically. So it's going to be a really fun weekend. It's going to be a packed weekend of Denver sports. At 4 o'clock, we'll get into our full-blown Broncos pregame show and not deviate whatsoever from Chiefs and Broncos. But here in the meantime, Phil, I saw something special last night in a moment that didn't matter to most. But it mattered to me, and it should matter to you as well. Details next.
At the midway point in the season, is the AFC completely up for grabs?
Everything's right in front of them. Like, why not the Broncos this year? Seriously, there's not a team that you look up in the AFC, you go, oh my gosh, how are we going to beat them? We got to avoid them. There's not one of those teams that the Broncos can't play with.
Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Things are just better with a partner or a friend. And when it comes to losing weight, Soda Weight Loss makes it easier than ever to let go of the weight for good.
I'd been wanting to lose weight, and I tried on my own. I'd been seeing things for soda, and so we talked to the nutritionist and loved every bit of it. You know, I couldn't be happier, honestly, with the result.
Join with a partner and only pay for one. Imagine achieving all your weight loss goals together with your partner, and you only pay for one.
I've let go 50 pounds, and I don't have the cravings that I used to have.
I would definitely recommend soda. It's because it works. I even recommended it to my daughter, and she's on her journey now.
Just go and look at the almost 9,000 Google reviews about soda weight loss. Lose the weight without injections, without medications, without hunger. Get started now at sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com. Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Dan Jacobs with 303 Law 4040. With just a friendly tip here, I like to remind people that they never want to be gambling that the person that hits them has good insurance. So I want you to take a look at your insurance policies. Check and make sure that you have two things. One's called MedPay coverage. You want to make sure you have that. And then also UM/UIM coverage. This will protect you in case you get into an accident and the person that hits you doesn't have good insurance. If you have any questions, just give me a call. 303 Law 4040. That's 303 Law 4040.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Black Friday is going on now at every AutoNation store. Hurry in and save for a limited time. Buy with zero down. Plus, make no payments till next year. Shop new and used cars, trucks, SUVs, even top luxury models. Drive with zero down. Plus, no payments till next year. Save your cash for the holidays. Go to your nearest AutoNation store now. Limited term financing on approved credit. 90-day deferred payment. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details.
Brandon Stokely here from my team, ROX, Rocks Heating and Air. Are you ready for winter? Worries you might need a new furnace? Don't know where to begin? Rocks Heating and Air makes it incredibly easy with their new, free, no obligation online heating and cooling quote. It takes less than 5 minutes and gives you options instantly. No calls, no waiting, and transparent pricing. Only at ROX, Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX rocks heating and air.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 1043 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos.
Off and rolling. Here on a Bud Light Football Friday, live from Jackson's in Lodo, right across the street from Coors Field.
Finally, we got it right, Zach.
Got it right.
You're a little off for 2 days now.
Yep, it's okay. It's okay. Needed a few extra reps in practice. Get it right, iron it out, hit the post on the Rolling Stones there. And I always laugh to myself when we're on location because we have an engineer named Rock and Roll Brian. And as the song's coming in, Brian's a musician, and he's doing the music as it's coming in. He's doing the
drums.
Yeah, he's hitting the drums, and he's playing the chords of like what he would be playing if he was trying to recreate that song. Man, we have a really fun show planned. Happy Friday, my man.
Happy Friday, and let me start with this. Woo!
I love it.
Yeah, I have to do that, man. Get the juices flowing now.
It gets the people going.
Get the people going.
Oh, man. So we're going to cover a lot of ground today. But I saw something last night. In a moment that may have not mattered to most. Okay? But it mattered to me. And I think that it should matter to you if you believe the Colorado Avalanche are capable of winning the Stanley Cup. Okay? So first things first, the Avs are just freaking cooking with gas right now. This is the most fun team to watch in the entire NHL.
It's the depth's just on display. It's not just the front line, the front six. It's the depth in general, the back six. It's everybody that is a part of this. It's the goalie position. I know we're going to talk about it, but when you're able to have a team that's well put together and you have two goalies that you can rely on, like this is going to be a fun year. Now we have to stay healthy.
Yep.
But I'm excited and it looks great. Watching it from my couch is just how we're dominating other teams.
Yeah, and last night it was another win. This is now 5 in a row. Yeah, 5 in a row wins over Tampa, Edmonton, Vancouver, Anaheim, and last night Buffalo. Little home stand here for the Avs as they were on the road for a pair. But so like they beat the Sabres. Okay. They were supposed to beat the Sabres.
Yes.
The Buffalo Sabres haven't been good in a very long time. Like
handle business on bad teams.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So the Avs are rolling here. They beat the Sabres 6-3. But there was a little human moment, I think, at the end of the game that represents something, I think, larger than the actual moment itself. And it reminds me of something that I would have seen in 2022. So it's near the end of the game. Buffalo is down 5-3. They pull their goaltender. At this point in the game, Marty Netchis, our guy, already has 2 goals underneath his belt.
Hey, we're in the Marty party.
We know the secret knock. Fear not. We are VIP, like a booth with bottle service in the Marty party.
Oh,
like
man.
the ground floor of the Marty movement, you could say. And Marty's playing at an incredible level. We'll talk about him here in just a second. But, like, it's the end of the game. There's just seconds left. Marty Netchis has a chance for a hat trick.
Yeah.
And if he put 75% effort into it, he would have got a hat trick. Now, he's on the right. If you're looking at the mouth of the goal, he's on the right side of it. And all he needs to do is just make a little move and flip it into the net. But
netter.
But Gabe Landeskog's coming. And in that split second, he turned down the hat trick so the captains could score again.
Man.
And, again, it's a little moment that made the score 6-3 instead of 5-3. No biggie on paper. But I'm telling you, that right there, Marty is the relative newcomer.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And Gabe is trying to get his legs back underneath him, and he is the captain that missed 3 years. And so for him in that moment to have the presence of mind to turn down a hat trick for himself, and if he scored that, by the way, would have put him solo second in the NHL behind only Nathan McKinnon. He turned that opportunity down so his teammate and his captain could score his 250th career goal. That was, for me, a representation of the human connective tissue that I got accustomed to in 2022.
Zach, that just gave me goosebumps. Like, truly, that's what you want in a team. You talk about culture. You talk about a team that loves each other and respects each other, respects what's going on during the games, understanding, has the awareness of one of their teammates and what they can accomplish. That's what Marty Netchis did there, and he's not the only one that would do it.
Agreed.
Nick Dogg would do it.
Agreed.
Kale would do it. Hell, Brindley would do it, and he's a rookie.
Yep.
Like, that's just how close this team is. And you hear them talking about it. You hear the goalies like Wedgwood and Blackwood talking about how the team loves them and how the team has accepted them. And that's the same with Marty Netjes, and that's the same with the captain. Welcoming him back, saying, hey, you are still our captain, and that we need you if we're going to make this run to the cup, because it is a cup or bust type of year. And it's just fun to watch them play, but also that was a great thing that Marty Netjes did for his teammate, and that's what this is all about, being selfless and not selfish. Netjes is going to score a bunch of goals this year.
Yeah, he's already on his way.
And he's a lot more comfortable because he does have that big-time contract. So for him now, it's not about scoring goals. It's not about getting the points. It's about winning games, but winning it the right way and getting everybody involved. And so for the captain to be able to score his goal, and it's an empty netter, I understand, but who cares? Like, it's just a great moment at home, too.
It was, man, and we know that Gabe has had a pretty slow start to the season and is looking to build on what he's done in the last week, finally getting off the schneid with scoring that first goal of the season after getting 2 called back in the early going there. Man, this team's just fun to watch right now. Netjes, 2 goals, 2 assists last night. I mean, hey, if you're not on board with the Marty Netjes or with Marty Netjes or the Marty movement in the Marty party,
you just don't like him. You're just a hater.
You're clinging to an agenda that has nothing to do with the actual human being, Marty Netjes. You're clinging to the Mikko trade. And I would hope that if someone was on the fence and still had a bad taste in their mouth, a moment like last night, being selfless in that moment, would maybe win some more people over. So that's what I'm hoping, because this guy right now, guys, he's second in the NHL in goals. He's top 10 in points. He's 8th in points. I think he's tied with actually Makar, I want to say, in points. Yeah. Looking up at only McKinnon from a goal-scoring standpoint. He's just been an absolute stud. And this team, 24 goals scored in the last 4 games. Hey, if you guys are not watching this product right now, jump on board. It is just a blast to watch right now, an absolute blast. Now, I will say this in terms of Mackenzie Blackwood. Early going in that game, yeah, I mean,
he was shaking like a stripper a little bit.
3
Come on now, Blackwood.
3 goals in the first 12 shots before stopping the final 9. He's 2-0-1. His save percentage is not great, .870.
You still giving him a little bit of grace?
Yeah. I don't. I was fearful that his confidence, because of natural elements at play, like just human stuff, could be shaken a little bit, the way that you or I might be.
Yeah.
And to act like that couldn't be happening is probably a little bit naive. It's something to watch.
Yeah, no, I'm with you with that. And that's exactly why Wedgwood is the starting goalie as of right now. Now it's a long season. Things happen. And so there's going to be an opportunity again for Blackwood to kind of retake his castle, but he needs to start getting his act together, and that's all it is. When I look at Blackwood, it's just the confidence. The players still respect him. The players know what they have in Blackwood, but does Blackwood know what he has in himself right now? Just because you're not the starter, or you feel like they're showing more love to Wedgwood right now and they just extend him, you're still the guy. And if I'm the captain, if I'm Gabe, or if I'm Nate Dogg, I am going up to Blackwood saying, hey, dude, we're going to need you.
Yeah, pumping him up.
You know, you're still our guy, and remember who you are, because by the time this is all said and done, you're going to be the reason why we win a cup.
Yep, it's such a long season. They're going to need Blackwood. There's zero doubts about it. All right, well, the Avs will face the Islanders on Sunday in the 3rd game of a 4-game homestand, and I will be locked into that. There's no doubt about it. Couple Sunday evenings in a row. Actually, is that game at night? It is at night. Not as late as this past Sunday. That was a little bit different for a Sunday night against Vancouver. Okay, guys, we are live at Jackson's, right across the street from Coors Field. Jackson's in Loda. We're going to be here until about 6 o'clock. Shifting gears here, one guy on the Denver Broncos offense has a massive opportunity in front of him on Sunday. I want to shine a light on him coming up next.
The Broncos are locked in for a divisional showdown with Kansas City.
Let's go!
Kick your football Sunday off in style with Denver Game Day, powered by Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos. Live on Game Day starting at 10 a.m. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here on behalf of my friends at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, talking to you men out there. Happy Friday. All right, I hope you have a great weekend. You know, oftentimes the weekend is where we let our hair down, leave the stress of work right where it is, at work, and you and your partner bump into each other. Next thing you know, bada bing, bada boom, you guys are getting intimate. Guys, intimacy is a wonderful part of the human experience, but when erectile dysfunction harms intimacy, it can have devastating effects on a relationship. Don't let that happen. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic treatments have success rates well over 90%. They've served the Front Range of Colorado for nearly a decade. They've successfully treated tens of thousands of men just like you. ED is pretty common. So schedule a consult with them today. That initial visit is only $99. That includes a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. Guys, it's real simple. If the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is completely free. They have an expert staff and 5 locations in Colorado to serve you. So stop living with ED. Call them at 720-440-7900 or visit them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings Wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. Deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now, the company's changed. Or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So, what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. See website for details.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. Navigating personal injury claims on your own can feel like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. Don't let things fall apart. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law. Online at flanagan.law.
Looking to sell your used Rolex watch? We buy and sell pre-owned Rolex watches, all styles from old to new. Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry. Bring in your Rolex watch and we will buy it on the spot. Matthews, located in Highlands Ranch, serving Colorado since 1951.
Select Health, how can we help?
Representative.
I'm ready to answer any questions you have.
Representative.
I'm Sam.
Representative.
It sounds like you said representative. One moment. Select Health, how can we help?
Finally. Hi, I have a question on copays.
I can help with that.
Real people, real answers in real time. Select Health, insurance made simple. Learn more at selecthealth.org.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. Thinking about buying a home in Colorado? You're not the only one, and now might be your best shot. We're officially in a buyer's market, which means you've got the upper hand. More homes are on the market, competition is down, and serious deals are out there just waiting to be found. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade or downsize, now's the time to get pre-approved, and American Financing can make it happen in 24 hours or less. Interest rates are competitive, and home prices have been stable. That means you can find a great deal while locking in a monthly payment that fits your budget. Plus, with home equity building over time, your investment grows, making home ownership a smart, long-term financial decision. If you continue to pay rent, you're just paying your landlord's mortgage, and you don't need 20% down. You could be in your new home with as little as 3% down. Plus, they're offering down payment assistance programs to make home ownership even easier. Call American Financing at 303-695-7000 or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Your favorite song shouldn't have to wait for Wi-Fi. Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Straight Talk, available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, TU Hockey skates with Colorado College with pregame starting at 6:30. Tomorrow morning on 104.3 HD2, Air Force football faces UConn with pregame starting at 9:30. On 104.3 HD3, TU basketball faces UTSA with pregame starting at 11:30. Then on the Fan, home of the Colorado State Rams, CSU football faces New Mexico, presented by Rocks Heating and Air with pregame starting at noon.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at wistaracu.com.
It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
There is one guy on the Broncos offense that has a massive opportunity at his doorstep. We'll get to that here in just a second. First, you want to go to Phoenix this February for the biggest party in golf? It's the Fan Flyway, presented by 303 Law 4040. Greg Malhalovitz, you have 10 minutes to call us back at 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the grand prize. 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale. Round trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Phoenix. 2 nights hotel stay and a $500 Visa gift card. Greg Malhalovitz, you have 10 minutes to call us back at 303-713-1043. If you haven't already entered, you can sign up at thefanflyway.com. Make sure to listen weekdays every hour between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to hear if your name is called.
Well, Greg only has 9 minutes now. After doing all that explaining, 9 minutes, Greg.
Yep, and you're reading the next name, by the way.
No, thank you.
You're reading the next name. One guy on the Broncos offense has a massive opportunity in front of him on Sunday that has come upon him from a negative situation. All right, it's R.J. Harvey. What kind of opportunity in his NFL career is he looking at on Sunday?
You know, when you said negative situation, it's negative for Broncos country and it's negative for J.K. Dobbins. But when it comes to R.J. Harvey, it's a great opportunity. It's a great situation to be in. Now, yes, it sucks, but I'll never forget in college. It was my freshman year, and one of our star players got hurt, blew his knee out. And it was a linebacker, and we're in the lunch line, and I'm like, damn, man, that sucks. That, like, injuries suck. I wish we didn't have injuries. And he said, why? He said, they suck.
Who is it? Is this your teammate?
Yeah, teammate. And he's like, why? Yes, they suck, but they give young players like us opportunities to go out there and show we belong here. And I thought about it, I'm like, yeah, you know, you're right, because sometimes you just need an opportunity to be out there longer than what the coaches are willing to give you. And so for R.J. Harvey's case, he's out there, but is he truly out there? He's getting 4 carries, but that's truly not enough to get in some type of rhythm. Yeah, he's out there making some touchdowns, but he wants to be out there to get into some rhythm throughout the whole entire game, which now he gets that opportunity. Now he can go out there and play free, knowing that he's going to get more than 4 carries, knowing that he can take he can take some risk to get a bigger reward, and understand that he's going to still be in the game and he's not going to have to look over his shoulder looking at J.K. Dobbins, flash him to come out because I'm coming back into the game. So although it sucks for Broncos country and it sucks for J.K. Dobbins, RJ, this is your time, young man. Go out there and show the world why you were a second-round draft pick. Go out there and show why George Payton and Sean Payton were spot on by drafting you in the second round. This is your magic moment.
I'm wondering what the order of operations is going to look like on Sunday. Is it R.J. Harvey sort of taking J.K. Dobbins' place in terms of the number of carries, whether it's 14 to 16 carries, or is it more of a distribution and like a job share where RJ is going to get 9 to 11 and someone like Tyler Bidet is going to get 6 to 8, and even someone like Jaleel 3 to 5.
Yeah, the beautiful thing about playing the running back position is it's a running back by committee. So you ride the hot hand. So if RJ goes out there early and breaks off a couple bigger runs, some chunk plays, you're going to continue to ride that hot hand. If he's not getting the job done, well, then you can turn to Jaleel McLaughlin. You can turn to Tyler Bidet for that spark. But when I look at RJ Harvey and what he has brought to the table, it's been out of the backfield, catching the football. So instead of saying 14 to 16 carries, let's say 14 to 16, maybe even 17 touches, where you got 10 carries and 4 receptions. That's what I'm thinking for RJ Harvey and for Sean Payton, is putting this young man in good situations where he can utilize his speed, maybe break a tackle, gain some yards, maybe an explosive play to keep us in this football game, maybe even a touchdown, because RJ Harvey has been accustomed to getting in the end zone.
Have we seen RJ Harvey break a tackle?
Ooh.
I can't remember him breaking a tackle. I remember him, bouncing one and, having 2 great runs, a 50-yarder against the Titans and a 40-yarder against the Cowboys.
Not just clearly breaking that tackle or running somebody over or making someone miss. No, we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, so there is. I mean, we're more than halfway through this season, and there is still so much curiosity about R.J. Harvey. I just don't know. I really don't know who he is. Is he the guy that we saw, break runs off against the Titans or the Cowboys? Or is he closer to the guy who doesn't have a rush longer than 9 yards in any other game? And I know, he hasn't had the most opportunities in the world, but he does get some opportunities every single Sunday. And this is his longs in all games, not Tennessee and Dallas. Along of 3, along of 4, along of 9, along of 8, along of 2, along of 4, along of 3, along of 7. So it's like there's some of this, but there's also some of that.
Yeah, it's streaky. It's very streaky, where it's very explosive for a 50-yard touchdown, or it's a 1 yard in a cloud of dust. So for RJ, be consistent, run hard, get vertical. That means that when you see the hole, hit the hole. Gain a couple yards, try to break that tackle, keep the chains moving. That's all I'm looking for. I'm not looking for him to be Reggie Bush.
Sure.
I'm not looking for him to be Derrick Henry. I'm looking for him to sustain drives for us and keep a defense honest. Keep the Kansas City Chiefs having to respect that we will run the ball on you guys if you let us run the ball on you. And we also have to respect the offensive line that we have. The second highest paid offensive line in the league. Let them do their part and let RJ Harvey get in some type of rhythm. Now, I don't know what that looks like for RJ and what version we are getting, but we're fixing to find out. This is your chance.
It's also a huge opportunity for Jaleel. Jaleel hasn't played in a game yet this year, I don't think.
He has.
He has?
Yeah, so he's suited up for, remember, the Jets. The Jets. Tyler Bidet had a shoulder.
Yes.
He had the swing pass.
Yes. Good
screen,
memory. Yes.
And he didn't get a lot of tick, but he was out there.
Okay, so what an opportunity for him. If I said, well, first of all, tell me how many carries you think R.J. Harvey's going to have.
R.J. Harvey's going to have, let's go, 12 carries on the ground and 4 receptions in the air.
Okay.
They're going to utilize him all over the field. He's going to get 12 carries, but you know how Sean is. Sean's not going to stick to the run long enough for things to truly get going if R.J. Harvey cannot bust off a couple long ones early. So I'm just going to say 12 carries.
Okay. What do you think Bidet's role is?
Well, Bidet's role this whole time has been being the third down back.
That
but he
stays
hasn't
the
been
same?
good at it.
Or?
Yes, that stays the same. Maybe he gets 2 or 3 carries because we know Tyler Bidet can run well inside. He has been one of the more consistent running backs when it comes to running inside during camp. So maybe Tyler Bidet gets 3 carries. Jaleel, because I do know Sean loves Jaleel. Jaleel's going to get at least 2 or 3 carries as well. They're going to try to establish the run. And I mean the Denver Broncos, Sean Payton's going to try to establish the run to settle Bo Nix down and sustain drives.
What an opportunity for all these guys. What an opportunity for RJ stepping up in the absence of JK. What an opportunity for someone like Jaleel, who is just, I'm not sure he's going to be a Bronco next year. He's got to max out his minutes on Sunday against Kansas City. The Nuggets are red hot, but they get their first true test since opening night tomorrow, and now there's unforeseen adversity. We'll talk about it coming up next.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is on a mission to feed families this holiday season, and we need your help. As part of our Fill the Truck campaign, we'll be collecting canned goods and non-perishable food items to benefit the Food Bank of the Rockies November 19th, 20th, and 21st. So stop by the Walmart Supercenter in Highlands Ranch near C470 in Quebec from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and help us fill the truck for those in need. Head to denversports.com/truck for more info. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
For many of us, it's happened before. Your hair is thinning, crowns disappearing. Maybe the hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. The solution that worked for me, it's an incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts growing your own natural hair the very next day. And it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's the Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what if you want your own natural hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to world-class Dr. Tanya Paul's, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. It's why Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Jim, it's late in the half here at Empower Field, and things are coming down to the wire at the concession stand.
Nachos are a solid choice, but Grant needs to finish strong here.
He scans his wallet and pulls out his Broncos checking debit card for 10% off.
Wow, savvy move. And with no surprise fees, he won't regret this order.
I don't know, Jim. That's a lot of cheese. Bank like a Bronco with Broncos checking from Int Credit Union. Insured by NCUA. Membership required.
Black Friday is going on now at every AutoNation store. Hurry in and save for a limited time. Buy with $0 down. Plus, make no payments till next year. Shop new and used cars, trucks, SUVs, even top luxury models. Drive with $0 down. Plus, no payments till next year. Save your cash for the holidays. Go to your nearest AutoNation store now.
Limited term financing on approved credit. 90-day deferred payment. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Roller Auction.
Tune in to Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Zach By special.
Oh, this is the ZB special.
I might have to drive. I might have to listen to this while I'm driving home. wait for my wife to be in the car.
Oh, I love it. I love it. The Nuggets are red hot, man. But they're getting their first true test since opening night tomorrow evening on the road against those damn Timberwolves.
Now, can you truly call it a test if we are not fully healthy? And the reason I said that, and I don't know, and maybe you know a little bit more right now about the report with Christian Brown and our boy Cam Johnson, and they went out of the game.
Yeah.
And they may not play this game.
Yep. And I'm just going to assume that they're not going to play. That's
Which
just
makes sense. It's early in the season. There's a lot of games left.
Yep. So, and if you didn't see this the other night, Cam Johnson and Christian Brown left pretty early in that basketball game the other night. It looked like Cam Johnson had some sort of elbow or shoulder issue going on. Christian Brown looked like it might have been an ankle injury.
Ankle or a toe, something like that, because it was Harden. James Harden stepped on him. And CB wasn't right after that.
Yes.
He tried to play, and he was limping around, and he had to go into the locker room. So I'm not expecting both of those guys to play. Maybe I'm wrong.
No.
Maybe they're tougher than I think.
No. I would just I would just assume those guys are not going to play. I mean, Christian tried to play through it. He came back in the game and literally couldn't move. He was out there stuck on the court. Like, I thought he was going to just, foul someone or something just to stop the clock and get him out of the game. But he was out there 3-4 possessions. The dude could not move his body. So, yeah, that thing only swelled up, regardless of what it was. I'm assuming it's an ankle. It just swelled up, and there's very little chance that he's going to go. And I would say the same thing about Cam Johnson.
And that's why I asked, okay, this is the true test, and you're right. And the last time that we played the Timberwolves, Ant-Man didn't play. So it's like, okay, it wasn't a true test because their best player didn't play. Well, for us, it's like, hey, our guys aren't playing either. Now, of course, you got Jokic, you got Jamal Murray, AG, so things should be okay. But Christian Brown, who we just signed to that extension, Cam Johnson, who we're waiting to wake up.
Yeah.
You need those guys if you're going to beat a better team.
So, yes, I totally understand what you're saying, but there will be a bit of an asterisk next to it. But, we can't, laud the Denver Nuggets' depth, and then when two guys go down, two guys, by the way, how's Cam Johnson's season going so far?
I'm waiting for it to start.
Christian Brown, very slow start to his season. So, yes, you're missing two guys that are incredibly valuable to this group and are maybe irreplaceable over the length of the season or to make a championship run. But for right now, neither guy was lighting the world on fire, particularly Cam Johnson. Slow start for Christian Brown. You have guys that can slide in to that starting lineup. And so, the last time, and I hope I'm not making this up, but the last time Payton Watson got to start, he made the most of that opportunity.
He did. He shined. He had that windmill.
He did.
And he was playing great defense. He was energetic. I mean, he was just a different guy.
He shut down Pascal Siakam. It was the Pacers game.
Yes.
So, here's hey, we were just talking about it, right? We were just talking about it with J.K. Dobbins and the Broncos, and you citing, a memory of yours from earlier in your college career. These two guys have gone down. Not great, not ideal, but what an opportunity for other guys that are very capable of playing that are playing well right now.
Yeah.
So I look at it as a challenge. This isn't Jokic not being there. This isn't Aaron Gordon not being there. This is not Jamal not being there. I think they can get through this and find a way to win.
So we're thinking that, hey, you got Payton Watson that's going to fill in for Cam Johnson. You got, let's go, Tim Hardaway Jr. Is he going to fill in for CB?
I'm not sure, but let's just go
So
with that
let's
for
go
right
with that.
now.
So now you have Tim Hardaway Jr., who has actually been doing a great job, and I love what I see from him. He's just shooting. He's not thinking.
Nope.
He's just shooting. Payton Watson, he's going to play free. He's also playing with Jokic, so you're getting that Jokic pump. But now when it comes to the depth off the bench, you got to be a little concerned because now your bench players have to be starters.
Yep.
And so in this game moving forward tonight, or at least when we play Minnesota, you're going to have to get a lot from someone like Julian Strawther.
Agreed.
That's the guy I'm looking for, where you're going to get an opportunity to play a little bit more than maybe you've been playing. Can you take advantage of it? Can you shoot well from the perimeter so that when you don't have Jokic in the game with the non-Jokic minutes, you can still stay afloat?
Yep. You're making great points here. I look at, for sure, Julian Strawther. Bruce Brown will probably stay in his bench role, probably, depending on what Adelman wants to do. We've seen Julian Strawther play well. He's capable. We know Bruce Brown will step up and seize this opportunity. That's just who that dude is. Jonas Valanciunas will still be a part of that bench crew. So, look, and then maybe someone else. Maybe it's Jalen Pickett. You know what I mean? Maybe it's someone like that getting an opportunity. But I don't want to go into the weekend saying, man, this game, I just chalk it up. Is the greatest player in the world playing?
Indeed he is. He's ready.
Is the Robin to his Batman, air quotes, hopefully, like playing? Yeah, he is. Aaron Gordon. Let's see what happens. It'll be a fun challenge. You mentioned it earlier in the segment. The last time that these two teams played, Ant-Man was not available. He will be available for this one, and that's specifically for me. I'll be watching this matchup with Jamal Murray very closely because I just got to be honest. Jamal Murray has absolutely got dominated in this matchup against Ant-Man. Ant-Man, believes he owns Jamal. And honestly, he might. He likes to wear his ass out. He looks forward to it.
I thought you were going to say wear skin. You like to say that.
Yeah,
he loves to wear Jamal Murray's skin,
and he has in the past. And for whatever reason, he's got this little axe to grind with Jamal Murray. And I don't know what's behind it. I have no idea. And maybe it's just a competitive edge. But for whatever reason, Anthony Edwards, when it comes to Jamal Murray, has made his life hell and has made comments about how he does own Jamal Murray. So that'll be a fun one to watch. Hey, Jamal Murray's came into the season in shape. People are giving a standing ovation. Okay.
Look at you.
So
you were one of them.
Let's see. I was proud of him. I was happy for him.
You were front row, throwing your underwear. You're let's go, Jamal.
You did. You came into your NBA season as a max player in shape.
He started fast. The first three games.
Games he did start fast, and then he's kind of cooled a little bit here. He came on late in the last game. He was mostly hard to watch offensively through most of that game, and maybe that was just looking at it through a different lens because that took us over 20 and a half. That cost me.
But damn you, Jamal.
But no, he's so. Hey, here's my challenge to Jamal Murray tomorrow night in Minnesota. Take this matchup as personally as he takes it against you. Don't act like you're like above. I know you've won a championship, but that dude hunts you. He goes big game hunting for you. And so respond. I want to see this. I want to see this tomorrow night.
Now that you have two of your starting five guys that's not going to be playing, and Christian Brown and Cam Johnson. Now we don't know for sure, but we're anticipating that's going to be the thing.
Yeah.
You're going to have to step up and help your partner in crime, Jokic. It can't be a game where Jokic is going for 55. Yeah, we love that. But the reason why we added depth to this team, the reason why we're so excited about Jamal Murray being in shape is because Jokic is supposed to be able to get that rest because everybody else around him is doing their part. If we're going to win a championship this year, Jamal Murray has to be the second best player on this team. It starts with beating up on Ant-Man and taking it personal like you just said, Zach.
All right, we'll see what we're in store for tomorrow night. But we turn our eyes to Sunday. Can Bo Nix and the Broncos offense pull their weight against this Kansas City defense? We'll talk about it next.
Can the Broncos move the ball on the ground without J.K. Dobbins? Should Vance Joseph dial up the pressure against Patrick Mahomes? We'll break it all down on the Fan Football Pregame Show, live on game day starting at noon. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Colorado can count on.
At Berg Simpson, we are passionate about what we do. We bring that passion and our expertise to the office and courtroom every single day. We're always working hard and are committed to doing everything we can to give our clients the best opportunity to have a great result.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives. It's not just a slogan, it's who we are.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. Imagine all that could happen in 5 years. Jobs may change, kids are going to grow, new memes will come out, but also, what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Well, thanks to Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you actually don't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most, that finds and fixes any issues before you even notice them. It's like a super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from threats online. Plus, you get incredible gaming speeds on multiple devices with no one battling for bandwidth. For the next 5 years, all your devices are going to be working in perfect harmony, and you get our best equipment with no annual contracts, no fees, no strings attached. So even though your kids will grow up and you still won't understand what 6-7 means, your internet will stay sharp, reliable, and most importantly, the price will stay put. All with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach By here for 5280 Exteriors. Right now, they have a generous deal on windows. Receive $1,000 off every 10 windows you purchase. On top of that, they want to be a part of your Thanksgiving celebration. They will provide you with a $100 gift card to your local grocery store to contribute to your Thanksgiving festivities. Call 5280 Exteriors today to take advantage of this special November promotion. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text STUDENT to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text STUDENT to 323232 right now. Text STUDENT to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's STUDENT to 323232. Text STUDENT to 323232 now.
Some things in life should never be trial and error, like do-it-yourself dentistry.
or messing with your home's electrical wiring? That's where Piper Electric comes in. They've been powering homes with expert electrical service since 1983. From simple fixes to commercial and industrial work. Need an EV charger? They'll plug you in without the sparks. Right now, get $50 off your next service. Call 303-422-9219 before you DIY yourself back into the dark ages. Piper Electric. Leave the electricity to the experts.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Colorado College with pregame starting at 6:30. Tomorrow morning on 104.3 HD2, Air Force football faces UConn with pregame starting at 9:30. On 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces UTSA with pregame starting at 11:30. Then on the Fan, home of the Colorado State Rams, CSU football faces New Mexico, presented by Rock's Heating and Air with pregame starting at noon.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at wistaracu.com.
It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Leading off with a big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. Hanging out with you live on a Bud Light Football Friday, live from Jackson's in Lodo, right across the street from Coors Field. Bud Light is going to be giving away a pair of tickets to Broncos-Packers on Sunday, December 14th, along with 2 Bud Light VIP tailgate passes. You have to be 21 to enter that contest. Bud Light, official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos.
I wonder if DePodesta's over there looking at the field.
Yes, I'm sure he is.
I wonder if he can get us on the field so we can talk to him.
I'm sure he is right across the street.
What's up, man?
What's up? Can Bo Nix and the Broncos offense pull their weight against this Kansas City defense? Fill in this blank, Mr. Phil. The single biggest key for the Broncos offense is blank, presented by Williams Jewelers.
It's getting 2 guys specifically involved. Like, the key is 2 guys. 2 guys and 2 guys only. And it's not Cortland Sutton. It's R.J. Harvey, who we don't know too much about as a starting running back. And it's Evan Ingram. And the reason why I say R.J. Harvey and Evan Ingram is they're going to be going up against a linebacking crew that's very tight, kind of like Zach By's hips, very tight.
I do.
Uh-oh.
Just keep going. Just keep going.
I knew you were
going to go off on a.
And so you're going to be put in situations where if Sean Payton can isolate these linebackers one-on-one with R.J. Harvey with some choice routes out of the backfield, or Evan Ingram, who supposedly is our joker, with some one-on-one choice routes, or even come in across field, they call it shallow routes across field, and get the linebackers running, we're more athletic than the linebackers that the Kansas City Chiefs have to offer. So if we can get R.J. Harvey running downhill and get him in the open space on these linebackers, he will have success. If we can get Evan Ingram involved when the Chiefs decide to go man, we will have success. Now, Evan Ingram has to catch the ball.
Sure.
We all know that. But let's get him going, because it's an easier pass for Bo Nix to make when he's dumping it off to a running back or a tight end than trying to make a deep ball, 50-50 ball to Troy Franklin for a 70-yard touchdown. Like, that will organically happen if you can get R.J. Harvey and Evan Ingram going early in the pass game and do the dump-offs and force the Kansas City Chiefs to move up.
I like that. I really do. Go at those linebackers the way that oftentimes these opposing teams go at the Broncos linebackers. So the Drew Tranquil, Nick Bolton, Leo Chanel, let's get those guys out in space and have these athletes prove it.
Yeah.
Make them prove it. So I like that. In terms of Ingram, are you frustrated or no?
Of course I'm frustrated with Evan Ingram. It feels like we were told something false. It feels like we were pitched something that's not true. Now, I don't know if that's on Evan Ingram or if that's on Sean Payton. But this whole time we had this build-up about the Joker, and what the Joker is going to bring to this table when it comes to Evan Ingram being just involved in everything. And that hasn't been the case for both scheming him up for success and for Evan Ingram taking over when he has opportunities and catching the ball and making something out of it, breaking the tackle.
Yeah.
So it's just I've been underwhelmed and disappointed in Evan Ingram in this Joker role.
Yeah, and I know it's not just his fault. We've seen Bo miss him on a wide-open touchdown 2 games back. But he's also got a 15% drop rate. The highest in the NFL among tight ends, 39 that qualify. He is the worst at catching the ball. And so it's much like how we talk about the Broncos offense in general, like this can't-get-right offense. When Sean is dialing it up, Bo's not executing it. When Sean's dialing it up and Bo's executing it, the pass catchers aren't following through and shouldering their own weight.
No rhythm at all right now.
No.
The offense does not know how to dance, obviously.
No, they do not. And Ingram, I mean, let's just put it like this. Like, we're still waiting for him to have a 45-yard game. And, look, yards are hard to come by. I understand it's the NFL, and this offense has been sputtering, but we're just putting a magnifying glass over Ingram. But if you would have told me in August when we're all going crazy about Evan Ingram and Sean found his Joker that going into Week 11, Evan Ingram would not have a game that went for 45 yards, it's hard to believe. And also, like, we thought Evan Ingram was going to be a real red zone target for Bo Nix this summer. Not at all. I don't remember seeing Evan Ingram targeted more than once or twice in the end zone. His touchdown that did work out against the Philadelphia Eagles, he wasn't the first or the second read and had to kind of actually make something out of not a lot getting across that goal line. I'm underwhelmed, I'll say that.
Yes, underwhelmed is a great word for it. And for Evan Ingram, too, it's like, remember, and you brought this up, I want to say yesterday, where Evan Ingram's body language and Sean Payton had to get on him, and they went back and forth. So something is not right there. And it's interesting because when we first started this journey with Evan Ingram during OTAs, Evan Ingram was the first guy catching the ball from Bo Nix down the sideline.
Yes, it's true.
The first play of camp was Evan Ingram catching the ball down the sideline, and we saw Evan Ingram being utilized as a receiver, as a tight end, doing choice routes. Just it was like, okay, like they're truly going to get this man involved, and yet they haven't done so. And so I'm scratching my head to say, what is going on? You bragged about finally finding your Joker, and now from what I've heard in the building is it was stressful for George Payton to try to find this specific tight end for Sean, just for George to find the guy that Sean really wanted and Sean not utilize him. So that has to change when you're going up against the Chiefs, whose linebackers are not good in coverage. You have to get your linebacker going. Every successful football team in the NFL and even in college has a run game and a tight end. And we have talked about this many of times about the running backs and the tight ends, and we have to get our tight end going.
Well, we agree on that. I disagree minorly, and I don't even think it's not big pushback, but you said the two guys, if this Broncos offense is going to wake up and pull their weight, the two guys that need to be heavily featured are Evan Ingram and
well, give me a big pushback. I anchored down. Give me a big pushback.
RJ Harvey.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with you on that. But there has got to be a real emphasis to get Courtland Sutton involved. This offense is not better when you feature him less.
Yeah.
Okay? He is one of the more proven commodities on this offense. Actually, he's the only proven commodity on this offense right now. It's not Ingram. It's not Harvey. It's not Troy Franklin. It's not Pat Bryant yet. So, like,
the second longest tenured Bronco.
Yeah.
Courtland Sutton.
Why does he have 29 total targets in the last 5 weeks when Troy Franklin has 41? That doesn't compute to me. I think we're going to see a real change on Sunday. I really do. Because you go back to that game a year ago in Arrowhead where the Broncos lost 16-14 in a game that they should have won. You are not in that position without Courtland Sutton. And I think that in Sean's journey through the season, there's so much he wants to accomplish. accomplish. Harvey's one of them. Ingram's one of them. Troy Franklin's one of them. Pat Bryant's one of them. But do not forget the base of this pyramid that helps hold some of this other stuff up. It's Cortland Sutton. Need to see him involved a whole hell of a lot more. Double-digit targets on Sunday.
Well, if that's going to be the case, Zach, then Sean's going to have to be creative because Andy Reid and Spagnuolo over there, Spags, they understand that Cortland Sutton has hurt him before. They know Cortland Sutton well because he's been in the league for a long time with the Denver Broncos in the same division. So my guessing is Spags is going to find a way to kind of stop Cortland from getting going, right? Because he's the only consistent target you have. You don't have J.K. anymore. So now you're forcing the Denver Broncos to use Troy Franklin, to use R.J., to use Evan Ingram, and to use Marvin Mims. So I'm with you. You have to find creative ways to get Cortland Sutton going. In order to do that, you have to open up Cortland by Evan Ingram, R.J. Harvey, and maybe a couple deep balls, not to Troy Franklin, but to Marvin Mims, the guy that was your safety blanket when you were throwing the ball downfield last year. Anytime that you decided to take a shot, Bo Nix, anytime you decided to take a shot downfield, it was Marvin Mims. And usually Marvin Mims came up big for you, making a big-time play, and a lot of times a touchdown because of going to him.
Yeah, I'm curious what that looks like reintegrating him to the game plan, talking about Marvin Mims. And does he take some of the role away from Troy Franklin that we've watched in Mims' absence here in the last couple weeks? Yeah, it's the Broncos' offense needs a lot right now. It needs a lot. Like you could, and I think we might have just done this, like you could go up and down the roster and say, Bo needs to be better.
Yeah.
Sean also needs to be better. Ingram needs to be better. Sutton needs to be featured more, but also he needs to be better. He's had a few too many drops here recently. Pat Bryant, no real knock against him whatsoever. His role is growing the way that I had hoped it would.
Yeah.
As I told you this was going to happen.
Here you go. But now you're like, well, for him, he's good. We're going to put him to the side.
I mean,
okay? His role is flourishing.
Name me the downsides that you've seen from Pat Bryant so far this year.
None. I am not going to give you a bunch of pushback because Pat Bryant has done what he has been asked to do. That means go block.
Repeatedly, consistent as a rookie.
Yeah, he deserves it and has earned more reps, more targets coming his way. So I can't say anything about Pat Bryant other than he's young, he's a rookie, and Sean seems to not want to target him as much as they probably should because he's been very consistent for you right now.
Yep. So we'll see. But I have seen everything that I had hoped to see from Pat Bryant as a rookie. And I remember saying the same phrase over and over this summer. I said, and our audience knows that they know. When I would say,
well, for the new ones, you got to explain.
I'm going to. I said repeatedly, this young man has one of the highest floors of any draft pick. Like, I don't know if he's ever going to be Michael Thomas the way that Sean compared him to. I don't know if he's ever going to be some Pro Bowl receiver. I really don't. I don't know if he'll ever be a 1,000-yard guy. And if I was forced to choose, I would say yes. At some point he will. But, like, Pat Bryant.
Just crown him then. Why don't you?
No, I'm not crowning him.
Get the gold jacket out.
No. I'm saying the opposite of that because I don't know if he'll ever, like, really have a ceiling like that. But this dude's floor, he does everything right. He does all the dirty work. He is as reliable as a 5-star Uber driver. The dude, he's got it. And the more opportunities he gets, my guessing is he's going to continue to make the most of them. And to watch the back half of the season, for Pat Bryant. I'm telling you, because we're already seeing it right now in the last month, it's going to continue to flourish. I
wouldn't be
can't wait.
surprised if Pat Bryant is the reason why the Denver Broncos win this game. Now, I'm not saying a touchdown. Like, I would love that, but maybe it's third and 4, and Pat Bryant comes across the middle because he has been reliable when it comes to catching the ball down the middle of the field. Comes across the middle for a 5-yard gain to move the chains, to put us in a situation to kick a game-winning field goal. I will not be surprised, Zach, if Pat Bryant's name gets called for that.
Well, it was just a couple weeks ago. He was targeted twice on third down against Houston. He was targeted twice, 2 different third downs, kind of replacing the Vele role. You know, Vele was a favorite target of Bo on third downs.
Big body receiver.
Yep. And Vele a year ago targeted 16 times on third down, caught 12 of them for first downs. And they're like, yeah, let's get rid of this guy.
That fourth? Oh, yeah.
But Pat Bryant, it looks like he could profile as someone that could really start expanding that third down role.
Well, he needs to be careful before they get rid of him, too.
he's not going anywhere. He's a Sean guy.
Yeah.
This dude's got a long leash. Long leash. One more thing on Sutton here. I have highlighted in the past where Cortland Sutton comes off a really low game and watch what happens in the next game.
Yeah.
And it started on Thursday Night Football, and those who rock with us every day have probably heard me say this 3 or 4 times so far this season. But last year on Thursday Night Football against New Orleans, he didn't have a target. The next game, he bounces back with a 100-yard game. Now, I'm not saying he's going to go for 100 yards, but it kind of goes like this with Sutton. Or it has a tendency, not perfectly, but it has a tendency to, because you look at week 2 this year against Indianapolis, 1 catch for 6 yards. Not good.
No.
What happens the next week? 6 catches for 118 yards.
Against the Chargers.
Yep. Go to the Jets week. 1 catch for 17 yards. And I remember banging the table like, hey, we're taking this guy's overs. We're taking all of his overs. The next game, he goes for 87 yards. Sutton is coming off a game where he caught 3 passes for 24 yards. It's one of my favorite props this weekend. I will be hitting his over, Cortland Sutton, no matter what it is. I believe he bounces back with a bigger game that's in the high 60s, 67 receiving, 78, like something in that variety.
We need that. And we need the same Cortland Sutton that came to play last year in Kansas City at Arrowhead, where he had the game, what could have been the game-winning drive, but also had that deep ball you talked about where he was able to score the touchdown. We need that version of Cortland Sutton. In order to get that version, Sean Payton needs to relax, step back, and get my man involved. Find creative ways to get him the football. All right, find creative ways, maybe a couple pick routes where you have another, let's say Pat Bryant picking for him for an open touchdown, and let's get some points on the board to settle Bo Nix's ass down as well. So we need all this to happen for us if we're going to beat the Chiefs at home, because we're down a couple guys. But specifically right now, we're down J.K. Dobbins, one of our most consistent players that every time he steps foot on that football field, he's going to get 60 yards, some chunk plays, and if you let him score some touchdowns, he'll score touchdowns. He's not available now, and so now more than ever, you have to get the guys that are available involved, and your best player, your most consistent player is Cortland Sutton.
All right, we'll see if it shakes out the way that we believe that it will with Sutton specifically, and hopefully this offense, because, man, the Broncos need not only the offense to wake up to try to win this game, because you're going to need to score. The 18 against Houston, it ain't cutting it. The 10 last week against the Raiders, it's not cutting it. The 13 points against the Jets, it's not cutting it. Patrick Mahomes, we told you guys this earlier in the week, he's 53-0 when Kansas City holds their opponent to 17 points or less. So just at the floor, you at least need to score 18 points. It's obviously probably going to take a little bit more than that, 23, 24, 27, something like that against this Kansas City team that has started to rediscover their identity on offense.
And their backs against the wall. They know if they go 5-5, things are over for them when it comes to winning the division. And now they're sitting there saying, do we even make the playoffs, which you brought up earlier. So Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, that defense, they're going to come in here ready to play and desperate, throwing the first punch, coming out with creative ways. And I would not be surprised a couple trick plays. Not because they need them, just because the Denver defense is so aggressive that they can hit them with a couple of trick plays for explosives to get down that football field. It's going to be so important for this offense, with the Denver Broncos offense and Bo Nix, to sustain drives so that the Kansas City Chiefs offense does not get into a rhythm.
Yeah, and speaking of Kansas City specifically, here's Sean Payton earlier in the week talking about who KC is on both sides of the ball.
Man, they've been so consistent. And start with Steve Spags. There's been players in and out of that defense, and he'll have new packages. They're very detailed in their assignment. They're outstanding with their technique. They give you a lot of looks, a lot of pressure looks, a lot of fire zone looks. and we'll play cover zero, maybe, a tick more than some people. So they're aggressive. Their numbers are fantastic. We looked at, I don't know how many trips in the red zone they've had to defend. So they're playing really good complementary football. I asked Rizzy, what's the punt return tape look like? And he's like, well, all the punts are going in. That means offensively they've taken the ball from their end, and certainly with the way the kickoff rule is. So I think they're playing it as well. And I think, having 4 come back, has really helped. He's been something. Listen, there's a reason this team has won for a long period of time, and it's talent, it's coaching, it's a program, it's a GM, it's ownership, and that's where we're aspiring to go.
He covered a lot of ground there, and I want to react to that. But first, you want to go to Phoenix this February for the biggest party in golf. It's the Fan Flyway presented by 303 Law 4040. Noel Bareza. You have 10 minutes to call us back at 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the grand prize. 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale. Round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Phoenix. 2 nights hotel stay and a $500 Visa gift card. Noel Bareza. Call us back at 303-713-1043. If you haven't already entered, you can sign up at thefanflyway.com and make sure to listen weekdays every hour between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to hear if your name is called. You can hear the seriousness in his tone when talking about Kansas City.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this in the past. Like, the coaches are always going to hype up their opponent, always, or this is just what they do. But there's levels to this, and there's a spectrum to it.
Yes.
And so when he is talking about Kansas City specifically, the reverence that he has for Steve Spagnuolo and Andy Reid, obviously Mahomes, you hear he say they got 4 back, and that's Rashee Rice. Talking about their defense, and man, they just switched everything. They can do zero blitz, right, which is no help.
Yeah, that means that everybody is coming. They call it bringing the house.
Bringing the house.
And you have to get that ball out of your hands if you're Bo Nix, if they're bringing zero blitz or zero pressure where everybody's coming.
Yep, and he said they'll send a fire zone blitz. You're bringing 5, dropping 6, but you don't know where the 5th guy's coming from.
They're just so creative.
They are.
Spags is going to find ways to confuse Bo Nix, a young quarterback trying to figure himself out. And they're going to bring, because the Chiefs have struggled getting to the quarterback with just 4, they're going to bring 5.
Yep.
So Bo Nix is going to have to figure out who that 5th rusher is. Where is he coming from? What side? If he sees it early, check the protection to that side. Give yourself a chance to give that ball off and find where that zone is, because they're going to try to play zone behind that blitz to make it easier for those linebackers. They don't want those tight hit linebackers to be one-on-one with R.J. Harvey and the tight end Evan Ingram.
Yep, and I'm getting a flashback to I think it was the divisional round a year ago. After Josh Allen and the Bills dispatched the Ravens, they had to play Kansas City the next round.
And then what happened with that one?
It was a tight, razor-thin game, right? It's 4th down, and Steve Spagnuolo, for the first time all game, with seconds left on a 4th down, sends a corner blitz.
Yeah.
And it was just like, didn't see it all game. It's 4th down. He had it in his back pocket the whole time. He plays the card. It throws everything off with that sequence offensively for Buffalo. Bills lose. Chiefs go on to the Super Bowl. So they're just excellent. And in that case, they just have, Kansas City has much better coaches than Buffalo. But you hope that that's not the case on Sunday.
Well, exactly. You just said it right there. See, we're looking at it in between the lines, right, with the players. But this is going to come down to the coaches. You got Spags going up against Sean Payton. You got
Andy Reid
going up against Vance Joseph.
Right.
Like, this is not checkers, it's chess. So for these coaches, they have to be on top of their game. They have to have a game plan ready. They have to know, or they have to be one step ahead of their opponent. And so it's going to be interesting to see what Sean Payton comes up with going against Spags and what VJ comes up against going against the great Andy Reid.
Yep. Another fun battle within the battle to keep your eyes on if you're not just watching the ball. Garrett Bowles against George Karlaftis.
Yes.
That battle between those two, Garrett Bowles, one of 2 left tackles in the NFL going into Week 11 that still has not given up a sack. He and I think your former teammate Laramie Tunsil are the only two in the NFL left that have not given up a sack.
2 former teammates. Wow.
Yeah.
There you go. GB and Tunsil.
Yep.
And that good juju.
That is a real battle to watch. And then I'll persist in saying, and I brought this up on Tuesday, considering who you don't have as a runner in J.K. Dobbins, I do not believe the Denver Broncos will win this game without Bo Nix using his legs. So if you tell me you've been to the future and Bo Nix has 19 to 23 rushing yards, I'll say I think the Broncos lose. If you tell me Bo Nix has 38 to 48 rushing yards, like, hey, he might.
Last time you said 11 carries. That's hefty.
Did I say 11?
You said 11. You said give him 11 carries.
Okay, I was on one that day, but
I figured you were.
but the point is still the point is like you have got to bridge the gap who you are offensively on the ground without your best runner and one of the league's best runners.
Well, James Palmer said that exact same thing with Patrick Mahomes and what Patrick Mahomes is doing this year. He's utilizing his feet a little bit more than he would because he's sustaining drives. He's trying to get the first down. He's trying to stay ahead of the chains. And Patrick Mahomes is a lot more athletic than people give him credit for.
He is.
Now, he gets away with the refs.
No, he does.
With the pretend slides.
He does. He's very savvy, though, when he chooses to run.
Very calculated.
But Bo is a better athlete than Mahomes, but he doesn't have his savviness. He is just missing that, and obviously far less experience. But these are Mahomes' rushing totals, game by game so far this year. 57, 66, 2, 5, 60, 32, 28, 30, and 5. So just depending on the game, he might go for 2 yards, 5 yards, but he might go for 32, 60, 66.
Can you pull up at some point Bo Nix as well, like what he has done? Because it's I know last year he was utilizing his legs way more than what he's doing now. He's thinking way too much. Just run the damn ball when it's there. Stop trying to run for a little while and then try to throw before you hit the line of scrimmage. Like once you declare that you're going to run, pick up some yards, get that first down, and then regroup and try to sustain the drives that way. And then everything else will open up for you.
Yeah, Bo Nix, real quickly, 18, 20, 33, 7, 22, 24, 48, -1, 36, -2. So around 85 yards less rushing than Mahomes so far. Okay, we got to talk about what we saw last night on Thursday Night Football. And what non-Colorado game are you looking forward to the most this weekend? There's some really good ones, and we'll decide for ourselves coming up next.
The Fan Flyaway is back. Presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel, tickets, and $500 in spending money all included. First, head to thefanflyaway.com to register. Then tune in every hour to see if your name is called. If you hear your name, you have 10 minutes to call us back and be entered into the grand prize drawing. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
What is going on, everybody? The temperatures are dropping, and the game day energy is heating up, baby. Broncos country. You can feel it in the air. You can feel the crunch of the leaves under your shoes and the roar of the crowd going through the Mile High City. And as you know, football season is in full swing. So whether you're bundling up to cheer on the Broncos at Empower Field or heading up to Boulder to cheer on Coach Prime and the Buffs, you know you need to get there on time and in style. Leave the traffic and icy parking lots to somebody else and let Herms Worldwide handle all the other details for you with their luxury rides that keep you warm, comfortable, and stress-free all the way to kickoff. And also, when you ride with Hermes Worldwide, they have championship-level transportation. Picture this. You and your crew rolling up to the stadium in a sleek, heated vehicle, no parking hassles, no driving worries, just a professional driver ready to get you to and from the game safely. All I need you to do is give them a call today at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Again, give them a call at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
I'm Corey Rose, anchor at 9 News and proud mama who enjoys taking my kids mountain biking at Winter Park. I love preparing you for the day ahead with the latest headlines. Whether it's tackling safety in our kids' schools or covering breaking news, from Aurora to Lakewood and everywhere in between, we've got you covered. Because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to 9 News Mornings. Weekday mornings live starting at 4:30 anywhere you watch.
Black Friday is going on now at every AutoNation store. Hurry in and save for a limited time. Buy with 0 down. Plus, make no payments till next year. Shop new and used cars, trucks, SUVs, even top luxury models. Drive with 0 down. Plus, no payments till next year. Save your cash for the holidays. Go to your nearest AutoNation store now. Limited term financing on approved credit. 90-day deferred payment. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details.
Colorado's favorite appliance store is celebrating huge savings during our Black Friday sale going on now. Hi, I'm Brad Barnett, president of Mountain High Appliance. Craft your dream kitchen and save up to $4,400 on select KitchenAid appliance packages. Enjoy a special financing and our price match guarantee with exclusive offers you won't find at big box stores. Visit us today and experience the difference. When you think appliances, think Mountain High Appliance.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you.
Wow, Leslie, your fireplace really sucks.
I beg your pardon?
Well, what I mean is your fireplace is literally sucking all the air out of your house and right up the chimney every time you burn it.
Well, what can I do about it?
Well, you could get a high-efficiency gas insert from Cozy Heat. It keeps all the air you already pay the utility company to heat, and it returns up to 80% of the fire's heat back into your house.
I'd use my fireplace every chance I get if I could do that. Maybe my furnace wouldn't need to run so much.
Well, that's the whole point. Hi, this is Keith Lair with Lair Fireplace and Patio, along with my niece Leslie, to tell you how a gas insert from Cozy Heat will give you the incentive to use your fireplace again. Cozy Heat gas fireplaces and inserts are made to crank out the heat with beauty and style.
Lair's is Denver's oldest, most trusted name in fireplaces. Family owned and operated since 1954.
We'll even give you a free in-home quote, including expert installation by our own certified in-house installers.
Find us on the web at lairfireplacepatio.com.
For top quality Cozy Heat fireplaces and inserts, it's Lair Fireplace and Patio, Denver's fireplace experts.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. The holidays will be here before you know it, and for many families, that means excitement, but also stress. Between gifts, travel, and higher prices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you're already relying on credit cards to cover the basics. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. If you're a homeowner, you might have considered reaching out to my friends at American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. That's why American Financing created the Smart Equity Loan, a simple, smart way to get your finances back on track without giving up your low mortgage rate. Unlike a HELOC, which can fluctuate with the market, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate, so you'll have one predictable monthly payment. It lets you use your home's equity to pay off high-interest debt, free up cash flow, and still keep your existing mortgage intact. There are no upfront fees to find out if you qualify. Call American Financing at 303-695-7000 or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Select Health, how can we help?
Hi, my CEO needs a POV on the ROI of HDHPs. Buy EOD.
Okay, so you're a small business. Let's start there.
How'd you know that?
Let's just say it's not my first RODEO. Get it? Rodeo.
Oh, right. Letters.
Let's get started.
Real people, real answers in real time. Select Health. Insurance made simple. Learn more at selecthealth.org.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Want to party Partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Colorado College with pregame starting at 6:30. Tomorrow morning on 104.3 HD2, Air Force football faces UConn with pregame starting at 9:30. On 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces UTSA with pregame starting at 11:30. Then on the Fan, home of the Colorado State Rams, CSU football faces New Mexico, presented by Rock's Heating and Air with pregame starting at noon.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
All right, let's come off the top rope with it. All righty.
You pulled up a little bit, man.
Well, I pulled up because Dante hit it too early.
Oh, the excuses.
No, you heard that, right?
I did hear it.
Dante's back in the studio. Dante, it's Friday, remember? You got to hold it. You got to hold it on Friday.
Dante's ready to go home.
Dante is. I just had my day made. We were doing a live show about a year ago, and there was a little baby that was on site with us, and I forget where we were. This little baby Nalia, and I signed the baby.
Cute little baby.
I signed the baby and took a picture with her, and they have the picture, and she's like 6 months old, and her and her dad just came down to Jackson's, and she's a year and a half now, and she just let me hold her again. So we have 2 pictures, like year over year, with this like little infant, and now this.
She's getting big, man.
She is super cute.
Just reminds us of our kids.
I know. And what isn't anymore, at least in my case.
Yeah,
like my 3. Mia's going to be turning 4 next month, and you hold an actual like baby, and they feel like weightless, when they get bigger like that. Drake May and the Red Hot Patriots, man. How serious are we taking this team? They took care of business last night against the Jets, who we know aren't very good.
There's always some context to some of the things that are going on in this league.
Yep, but man, they win again. It's now the league's longest win streak at 8 games. I mean, this used to be half of the traditional season. They just rattled off in a row.
Look, when we beat the Jets, when we beat the Dallas Cowboys, what do we sit here and say? Hey, a win's a win. Any given Sunday, anything can happen to you. So for what's going on with the Patriots, and now they're 9-2, and Drake May looks just completely different than he did last year. Like, you got to give them credit. They are for real, just like we know the Denver Broncos are for real, at least defensively. So offensively, it's with the Patriots. And so it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun matchup later on down the line if we end up meeting in the playoffs, where it's like, hey, just like old times.
Yeah.
But Drake May is doing a great job winning games and looking really good while they're winning games. The running game is starting to click for the Patriots. Defense is coming up big for them. So they're a team. They're a contender. They're 9-2. That's not a fluke.
You know who I think looks bad here?
Who looks bad?
The Tennessee Titans.
Why Tennessee?
Because you moved on from Mike Vrabel. You thought like that guy did such a great job for so long, and you're like, you don't want to know what? We're good. Like, we'll hire someone better than you. He goes and takes the Patriots job and completely turns around that organization. I mean, that place was an absolute mess.
Yeah.
And Mike Vrabel walks in, and this is it immediately. You're getting the best out of Drake May in a way that you didn't see as a rookie. Not like this at all. I mean, Drake May, if you're redrafting that class with Bo Nix and Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels, and I know if we did this at the end of last year, everyone's like, Jaden Daniels is going number 1. It's not even close. So it's almost like a power ranking thing, like what's the latest here. But at the same time, if you did do the draft today, I'm not sure or so sure that Drake May isn't going number 1 overall.
Well, I don't know, because Caleb Williams is starting to heat up.
Yep.
He's doing some really good stuff over there with Chicago, and he's starting to turn the corner. And Ben Johnson, the head coach over there, has done a great job of just tailoring things towards Caleb Williams, just like Vrabel has done a great job. And honestly, it's Josh McDaniels the offensive coordinator over there with the New England Patriots that has done a great job of mentoring Drake May and putting him in good situations to have success.
Well, I'll say this. I think the Bears are a fraud.
All right. They're winning games. They're finding ways to win.
They are finding ways to win, and they deserve certain levels of respect for that or levels of credit. But, and I'm sure someone could do this with the Broncos.
Yeah, for sure.
But the Bears beat the Giants. They stink. They beat the Bengals. They stink. They beat the Saints. They stink. They beat Washington. They stink. They beat the Raiders. They stink. They beat Dallas. They stink. They're coming back down to earth when they go to Minnesota this weekend. They're coming back down to earth.
Do you trust J.J. McCarthy, though? He's been banged up. I think he's on the injury report again.
Whoever's playing quarterback is going to be good enough to beat Chicago on Sunday.
Oh.
Mark my words. Minnesota is winning that football game on Sunday.
I think you're going to be eating your words. And maybe it's Ben Johnson. Maybe it is the head coach, and I do love what he's doing over there, and he's very creative with his offense.
No, and he's doing a really good job.
Yeah, and Caleb Williams is starting to turn the corner, like I said. But the Bears are finding ways to win. If they can get this win that you've talked about, then are they more believable?
Yes, yes.
Right.
If they win, they're 7-3. I mean, not too shabby. And if you're them, they're coming from such a low place. You don't apologize for anything. All right, we're kicking out of the rest of the 3-count. We'll circle back to what non-Colorado game are you looking forward to most this weekend. It is a loaded slate. But we hit the pause button for now because we have a guest joining us. What is the biggest key to victory according to Mike Kliss? We'll find out next.
Will Sean Payton simplify things for Bo Nix? Without Patrick Surtain, will the Broncos secondary lock down a talented Chiefs offense? We'll react to it all in the Fan Football Postgame Show, live on game day starting at the 2-minute warning. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. Navigating personal injury claims on your own can feel like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. Don't let things fall apart. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law. Online at flanagan.law.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Advent Health is Littleton's home for highly specialized, life-changing heart care. From preventive screenings to personalized treatment options, it's heartfelt care from expert hands. The Advent Health Heart and Vascular Institute is now open, ready to provide wholehearted care for your whole health.
Hey, it's Mike Evans with Todd Whalen from Advanced Tax Solutions. Well, Todd, it couldn't last forever. The government shutdown is over. The IRS is back and ready to roll. What does that mean for folks who have an IRS bullseye painted on their back?
Well, Mike, we've seen this once before. They were completely closed during the pandemic. And what happened? They came out with their gloves on and started levying people. So now, if you have an iris problem, it's way better if you can get a solution before you get the levy notice. You have more options, you have more time, we have the ability to do a better job. So if you're ready and it's time to get this iris problem off your back, now's the time.
All right, Todd, I get it. The IRS is back. They mean business, but you know what? You mean business too. You've been doing this for a long time. You're ready to help folks out with all of their IRS tax issues. Give Advanced Tax Solutions a call today, 303-753-6040. That's 303-753-6040.
O'Reilly. Stop by the new O'Reilly Auto Parts in Wheat Ridge on Kipling Street behind Natural Grocers now through November 25th for the grand opening sale. Save $1 on select Armor All interior wipes and receive 2 times O Rewards points. Plus get 2 times points on Valvoline FlexFill Gear Oil. 2 times points means you can reach your next $5 reward twice as fast. Right now at your new O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Hellsberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for Dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins the drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, on a Bud Light Football Friday, we have our main man, a core member of our insiders here at Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's Mike Kliss, my guy, presented by Fitness Gallery. Mike, thanks for being here, man. What do you think the biggest key to victory is on Sunday for the Denver Broncos?
Get to Mahomes with the pass rush. I still think and Sean has alluded to this a couple times this year, but to me, the one big mismatch, even with all the injuries the Broncos have, the mismatch in their favor is the defensive front against the Chiefs' offensive front. They're getting Simmons back, I think, this week, their left tackle, who's been out with some personal matters.
Yep.
But they're still having some protection issues with Mahomes and part of it is Mahomes. He hangs on to the ball. He does. The whole thing with Bo this year, is he getting rid of the ball too fast and not letting plays develop downfield? Mahomes lets routes develop downfield, but still their offensive line, revamped as it is, isn't great. And the Chiefs don't run the ball that well. So maybe stopping the run first, and then you can go after Mahomes, make him one-dimensional.
Mike, we know that we're going to have to score points in order to win this game. What do you want to see from Bo Nix this Sunday?
A good game. It seems to me that in games, in weeks where Bo has taken some criticism, go back to his rookie year. His first 2 games weren't too good against Seattle and Pittsburgh. Boy, is Bo the guy. And then he came out firing against Tampa Bay, played pretty well. There were some other questions, I think, after the Giant game, even though they had the big fourth quarter. He played really well against the Cowboys, which was only 2 weeks ago, by the way. It's unbelievable how it changes in the NFL.
Yep.
He was playing great for a 5-quarter stretch, right? And now the last 2 games he's struggling, and everybody's on social media a quarterback expert.
Well,
I think
Mike. Also, think about what you said though. You said he was playing great for 5 quarters. We're going into week 11. You know.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is there's been times before, and he hasn't played well the last couple weeks, no doubt about it. But there's been other times when he hasn't played well and he bounced back. It seemed to me like this guy, the one thing he's shown is some resilience.
Mm-hmm.
There's something unflappable about him, and I would, I'm thinking he's going to play well against the Chiefs.
Well, I hope you're right. And he played well against them last year. And not only did he play well, Mike, he outdueled Pat Mahomes in that game. He really did. You can go look at those numbers or just remember how it looked and how it felt. But in that game, it was a heavy dose of Courtland Sutton. And when they needed the plays the most on 3rd down to set up that field goal that got, unfortunately, spoiled late. But it was Sutton. It was Courtland Sutton. And in the last 5 weeks, Sutton's targets are down. He's been targeted just 29 times in 5 weeks. Troy Franklin's targets are in the 40s over that same stretch. Do we see a little bit of, hey, let's get back to basics and target our number 1 wide receiver?
Yeah, I think so. You know, Sutton gets a lot of the slant, the middle, the in routes, right? And I think what I've noticed is the linebackers are dropping a little more on Bo, and that's causing them some problems. And so they got a guy in front of Courtland. They got a guy on Courtland. Sometimes they have the safety over on the top on Courtland. He is getting some attention, and I think that's a big factor on that too. It seems to me like Sean runs a lot of the same routes with these guys. The concepts may vary to get them open, but there are a lot of the same routes, and so maybe some wrinkles in the routes is the key for Courtland Sutton. And maybe you can, as to your point, Zach, you can throw a bubble screen to Courtland. The bubble screens don't have to always go to Troy Franklin. Courtland might be a little better at breaking a tackle. Get him involved early, get him in rhythm, and see if he can have a game. Even go, try to get him down that sideline and go 50-50. He's as good as there is at that. He's been good at that against the Chiefs, the 50-50 balls down the left sideline especially. See if they can get that going against the Chiefs.
Mike, it can't just be Courtland Sutton making the plays. We know this is a team sport. The offense has to get back on track. Marvin Mims is going to be back. But Evan Ingram, and I feel like we ask you this every single week, but for Evan Ingram, supposedly the Joker, is this a game where he really can get going, get involved, so that we can sustain drives?
I don't know. I mean, you're right. That does get asked every week. And there's been no solution. One reason why he gets asked every week, I mean, last week was 2 catches for 28 yards, something like that. It's funny. He had, I was just looking it up because I thought you might ask, Phil. It was just 2 years ago. 2 years ago, he had 114 catches for 960 yards. He's never been a touchdown guy. I heard you guys ask about the red zone. He's never been a touchdown guy. His high is 6 touchdowns his rookie year. Since then, never more than 4. 1 touchdown is not unusual in a season, and he's already had that with the Broncos. So that's a little surprising that he's never been really a red zone guy. He's a fluid athlete. He's not a real physical guy. He's a between the 20s type of tight end. And he hasn't. I don't know if he's, with Sean, with all those formations and shifts and motions and personnel changes, if it's been a struggle for him to where he's, maybe he's still thinking rather than just playing. Maybe that's going on. I don't know, but it hasn't cooked yet for him.
No, it hasn't materialized. And considering all the hype, like if we said in August, hey, going into week 11, Evan Ingram would still be waiting on his first 45-yard receiving game, and he's been healthy, that wouldn't have computed. But unfortunately, that's the truth. Mike, I wish we had more time. We don't. I appreciate your time, and we'll do this again next week.
This video is something, Zach. While I'm talking, you're doing all kinds of these hand motions, these arms, telling the producer this, that. In radio, you never see that. But you're like your quarterback. You're like Peyton Manning back there with all the audibles.
Mike.
Tell him,
Relax,
Mike. Tell him,
Mike.
And Phil is playing the role of Stokely here, just sort of ancillary piece. Hey, great stuff as always. We love having you on, Mike. Have a great weekend.
All right, see you guys.
All right, that was our 9 News Broncos insider, Mike Kliss, presented by Fitness Gallery. They sell the world's finest fitness equipment.
You got MVP, damn quarterback. What are we doing
I'm
here?
the Peyton Manning of radio. Mike Kliss just reported that. I don't know.
Omaha.
So, unfortunately, we have some news coming out about the Denver Broncos and J.K. Dobbins, and we'll pass it along next.
Is Sean Payton pushing Bo Nix too hard?
This is not a case of a coach who doesn't really believe in his quarterback, doesn't trust his quarterback. I think what we're watching, and it is to the detriment of Bo and this offense, is Sean believes too much right now in Bo and what he thinks Bo can be, and he wants to just hurry up and get to the finish line.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Cake Mortgage Corp. Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 1734623. Licensed in Colorado by the Division of Real Estate. Terms and conditions apply. What if you could use the equity in your home to get cash fast? With no appraisal, zero hassle, and less waiting with Cake? You can. The Cake Fast Cash program is like turning your home into your ATM. People are using it to pay off high-interest debt, do renovations, tackle student loans, or cut monthly bills by hundreds, even thousands of dollars. The best part? Your current mortgage rate won't change. With Cake, you also get peace of mind. We're AAA rated by the Better Business Bureau and backed by thousands of 5-star reviews. Cake Mortgage. Your fresh-baked Cake Fast Cash loan is ready to enjoy. So don't wait. Call 720-850-0012. That's 720-850-0012. Or visit cakehome.com for thousands of 5-star reviews.
Dan Jacobs with 303 Law 4040. With just a friendly tip here, I like to remind people that they never want to be gambling that the person that hits them has good insurance. So I want you to take a look at your insurance policies. Check and make sure that you have two things. One's called MedPay coverage. You want to make sure you have that. And then also UM/UIM coverage. This will protect you in case you get into an accident and the person that hits you doesn't have good insurance. If you have any questions, just give me a call. 303 Law 4040. That's 303 Law 4040.
Another summer is ended, and you may have noticed that your energy is lower, your workouts aren't as productive, perhaps you aren't sleeping as well and feel foggy all the time. Maybe even your sex drive is off. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. And if you're experiencing some or all of these symptoms, it's likely you have low testosterone. And if that's what's going on with you, don't wait. You need to call us at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and get treated for your low T. Because living with low testosterone is no way to live. With our low T treatments, if you're like most guys, your life will change considerably. Improved sleep, better energy, greater gains in the gym, better mental clarity, and your sex drive will likely improve as well. Plus, most men see these results in just a few weeks. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. Imagine all that could happen in 5 years. Jobs may change, kids are going to grow, new memes will come out, but also, what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Well, thanks to Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you actually don't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most, that finds and fixes any issues before you even notice them. It's like a super intelligent intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from threats online. Plus, you get incredible gaming speeds on multiple devices with no one battling for bandwidth. For the next 5 years, all your devices are going to be working in perfect harmony, and you get our best equipment with no annual contracts, no fees, no strings attached. So even though your kids will grow up and you still won't understand what 6-7 means, your internet will stay sharp, reliable, and most importantly, the price will stay put. All with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only.
Black Friday is going on now at every AutoNation store. Hurry in and save for a limited time. Buy with zero down. Plus, make no payments till next year. Shop new and used cars, trucks, SUVs, even top luxury models. Drive with zero down. Plus, no payments till next year. Save your cash for the holidays. Go to your nearest AutoNation store now. Limited term financing on approved credit. 90-day deferred payment. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details.
It's the biggest savings of the year. AutoNation's annual sell down. Every vehicle is must-go priced. The AutoNation's annual sell down going on now. Shop and save now at AutoNation.com.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Colorado College with pregame starting at 6:30. Tomorrow morning on 104.3 HD2, Air Force football faces UConn with pregame starting at 9:30. On 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces UTSA with pregame starting at 11:30. Then on the Fan, home of the Colorado State Rams, CSU football faces New Mexico, presented by Rock's Heating and Air with pregame starting at noon.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Here's The Tribe with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, welcome back to it. Hour number 3 officially underway. And unfortunately, I have some news to pass along. And it's coming from Jordan Schultz, all right, who here in recent years has been on the scene a little bit as a reporter, and sometimes a controversial reporter. But
don't go to the Starbucks.
Yeah, that was him and Ian Rappaport, and he is the son of the founder of Starbucks. Got a bunch of money.
Yeah.
This is what he's chosen to do, get in this game. But there's been rumors of like exchanging of like gifts or even money to agents in exchange for information, which that's not how that business is supposed to go. You're supposed to have a network and work for your.
But is it against the rules?
No.
I see.
No.
It's a dog eat dog world.
Yeah.
Now.
Yep. So anyway, and Rappaport is putting this out as well. All right. And I'll read from Rappaport's account here. Broncos running back J.K. Dobbins will be out on Sunday versus the Chiefs with a significant foot injury and is believed to be out for the foreseeable future. Dobbins is still working through options, and while there's no final determination, IR remains a possibility, end quote.
Yeah, it's showing up all across the TV screens with J.K. Dobbins. So my guessing is, and I'm speculating, but being in the league and dealing with an injury like this, you get that second opinion.
Yep.
Because you want to make sure that you for sure know that you're going to have to sit out for some games. In his case, it may have went wrong or it went worse than he thought, and so now he's contemplating how long he's going to have to sit out and if he has to go on IR. So for a player, like, you want to rush back, but the body is going to do what the body is going to do, especially with a lower body injury, the foot where you're heavier and you're always running on it. So that sucks for JK. It sucks for the Denver Broncos and Broncos country because he's our most consistent player offensively right now.
He really is, and there's really no candidate that would usurp him as the most consistent member of this Broncos offense. And this was always the fear with J.K. Dobbins. This was always the fear, and he has never completed a NFL season.
Yeah.
He just never has, and that's a huge part of his story. Probably the biggest part of his story is that he can't stay healthy. When he is healthy, man, there are a few better in the NFL.
You're not lying.
It's just so unfortunate. And I know that he wants to really dig his heels in and be defiant in the idea that he's injury prone. And no one wants that label. I mean, goodness gracious, no one wants it because you're not in control of it.
Yeah.
It's like making fun of someone for the color of their skin or the color of their eyes or their hair. Like, you were just born the way that you were born. You can't control some things. And J.K. doesn't want this to happen to him, but unfortunately it's just another chapter in a pretty long story here.
And it sucks because you're a running back, and everybody feels like they can just go out there and get another running back. And also you're getting the ball so much and you're being hit by these 200 and these 300-pound men that are landing on you. You're going to get hurt at some point. It doesn't matter who you are. You're going to get banged up. And, Zach, 75-80% of the league after the season will undergo a surgery, a procedure.
Yep.
Now, it may not be monitored. It may not be put out to the world. Mike Kliss wanted to put my business out there when I went under the knife again. I don't know where he got that information from. Maybe he was bribing somebody.
Yeah.
But he gets the information that I'm going under the knife for my wrist yet again. And but it happens. It happens. Majority of the league will go under the knife and get some things cleaned up, repaired for that next year. So for JK, hopefully he is not getting a surgery done and it's just rest. But who knows? You know, it's a football. It's a contact sport, and anything can happen.
Here's what's not adding up for me in this most recent report from Ian Rappaport. How is the injury, quote, significant and believed to be out for the foreseeable future, but you don't know if you're going to go on IR? IR is 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Foreseeable future is as far as you can see. This is going to be the case, the deal. So I think it's only a matter of time before we get an update that J.K. Dobbins is going on IR. My only hope is when we do get that update, it's short-term IR and not season-ending IR.
Yeah, and another thing, like I said, maybe it is a little procedure that has to be done, and you really don't know what's wrong until you get inside there. And so you get inside there and you're like, hey, look, the break is a bit bigger than we thought, or there's a ligament that we have to repair. We didn't think we were going to have to. So, and I'm speculating, guys. I don't know what's going on with JK, if he has to get surgery or not, and maybe it's a small procedure. So there's things like that happen where they just don't know enough information yet, and that's why they don't want to put you on IR. But once they know more information, they open up the body and say, okay, it's bad. Then now they're like, we got to go the IR route to maybe buy some more time or to give you that rest so that you can come back and play this year. And maybe it's the playoffs, or maybe it's the second to last game of the year where J.K. Dobbins comes back to help this team out.
Phil, I know no one wants to hear any, negativity coming in the weekend, Kansas City week, all that.
Yeah.
Certainly not doom and gloom. But I am, and I said this on Monday when we found out that this could be
serious.
The case, what we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
When we feared that we could get this update the way that we just did in our most recent commercial break or conversation with Mike Kliss, really, I am deeply, deeply disturbed about this Broncos offense and what kind of ceiling could be on this offense if you don't have the top 5 rusher that was the single most redeeming quality of your offense in general.
The identity was through J.K. Dobbins.
It was. And now you're like not having him against Kansas City. Okay. Not having him maybe for the next month. I mean, you'll still probably, be in the playoffs. But
what does this look like? Does the identity change? You can't just change your identity in the middle of a season. If you're a running team, you're a running team. If you're a passing team, you're a passing team.
But the thing is, it's like, yes, their identity was running, but almost like it was a reluctant identity for the Broncos. Sean Payton, I do not believe, wants the profile of this Broncos offense to be a run-first team. I don't believe that.
Now he's getting his wish then.
Well,
it's like, because now if RJ isn't the guy that we hope he is, then now you're going to be throwing the ball 45 times a game because you know that Sean's not going to stick with the run because he doesn't believe in it. And the trade deadline is gone.
Right.
You can't trade for another guy. I don't know how many running backs that are available off the quote-unquote streets that can come in and play right away when you're already 10 games into the season.
No.
And you have this offensive line that you paid a lot of money for, but they do a great job of getting downhill, getting vertical, running into guys, opening up holes for the running game. And yet now for Sean, he may want to pass the ball more than he's running it right now.
Well, that would be cutting off your own nose to spite your own face. I mean, it's just that's not going to be the healthy response to this news, to throw it more. I mean, goodness gracious. That's why it was a reluctant identity, because that's not what Sean wants it to be. And if he tries to lean into what's not working even more, unless Bo Nix can have some great awakening right here in the middle of the season, and Sean can start dialing it up, and those two can get on the same page, and the Broncos can remedy the third highest drop rate from these passing targets in the NFL, it just feels like a lot to ask here going into Week 11. And man, oh man.
The trade deadline, you had an opportunity, Zach.
Phil.
You wanted a running back. I wanted a receiver. We need a running back to help out. And, hey, maybe RJ is the guy.
Maybe so.
Maybe this Sunday he steps up and he's the new version of JK, and now everything is just gravy. But if not, we're sitting here saying, why, Sean? Why, George? You have a chance to get to the playoffs and make some noise this year, maybe even a Super Bowl. Isn't that what you said? You need depth. You're playing a contact sport. In any given snap, somebody can go down.
And I'm not going to do some, big sort of victory lap right now because this is terrible news. But you can't tell me that you didn't see a scenario like this coming when a sports talk radio host is saying, if you believe you're in a Super Bowl window and the guy who's the best on your side of the ball has the most serious injury history on your team, and the next time he completes the season, it'll be the first time, and if RJ is now your bell cow, you might be in big-time trouble. You should probably make a deal for someone like Breece Hall.
A third-round draft pick. That's what the Jets wanted, a third-round draft pick.
In a Super Bowl window. You were unwilling to depart with a third-round pick. You just can't tell me that you didn't see this coming. Because I did. So it's very frustrating. It's very frustrating. If you want to react to this conversation, you can on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. The Broncos defense has been downright dominant this season, but on Sunday they'll face the ultimate measuring stick, Patrick Mahomes. Can Denver's D prove they're truly elite with the division on the line? That's next.
At the midway point in the season, is the AFC completely up for grabs?
Everything's right in front of them. Why not the Broncos this year? Seriously, there's not a team that you look up in the AFC, oh my gosh, how are we going to beat them? We got to avoid them. There's not one of those teams that the Broncos can't play with.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa this weekend only, today through Sunday. National Western Complex. Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa this weekend only, today through Sunday. National Western Complex. 18-month interest-free financing. Our factories have demanded we sell 1,000 hot tubs and swim spas this weekend. National Western Complex. Huge factory incentives, factory rebates, this weekend only. National Western Complex. We can remove your old hot tub. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Hot tub starting at $2,999. National Western Complex. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Just relax and enjoy. National Western Complex. Today, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Free admission, free parking, free delivery. National Western Complex. Call 833-SPA-SALE or visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
You better work. You're the best divorce lawyers in town.
From executive producer Ryan Murphy.
I tell my clients every day, marriage is just a trap. Let's light it on fire. Showtime, ladies.
Starring Kim Kardashian, Naomi Watts, Niecy Nash Betts, Tiana Taylor with Sarah Paulson and Glenn Close.
God, I love my job.
Hulu original series, All's Fair. Now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+. For bundle subscribers, terms apply.
It's time for Black Friday, Dell Technologies' biggest sale of the year. Enjoy huge savings on select PCs like the Dell 16 Plus, featuring Intel Core Ultra processors. And with built-in advanced features, it's the PC that helps you do more, faster. Plus, earn Dell rewards and enjoy many other benefits, like free shipping, price match guarantee, and expert support. They also have huge deals on accessories that pair perfectly with your Dell PC and make perfect gifts for everyone on your list. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
Imagine almost every jewelry legend all under one roof.
Roberto Coin, Marco Biccigo, Ippolita, Paul Morelli, Mikimoto, Tacori, Hearts on Fire, and dozens more, all in one store.
Imagine a diamond bar with almost every size, shape, and price range GIA diamond.
And a Swiss watch center with all the great marks, including Longines and the legendary Tudor. I'm Dylan.
I'm Shayna Williams, inviting you to Williams Jewelers of Inglewood.
We've built one of the largest jewelry stores in America with one vision.
To be the only jeweler you will ever need.
For that perfect diamond engagement ring.
The ultimate holiday gift.
Or just because you deserve it. Williams Jewelers of Inglewood at the corner of Broadway and Bellevue.
Now, imagine their face Christmas morning.
This holiday, come to Williams Jewelers.
Where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
The official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche. Williams Jewelers, where Colorado shines.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
Red Rock Roofing. Red Rock Roofing stands for greatness, which is why their free inspection videos offer you valuable knowledge and peace of mind about your Red Rock roof. Red Rock roofers use only the finest roofing materials on the market, installing roofs that'll stand up to all Colorado weather, and they'll even upgrade you to impact-resistant shingles at no cost. Call 720-735-ROOF. Visit redrockroofing.com. Red Rock Roofing.
Standing for greatness. Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at O'Meara, and don't miss the payoff reduction event happening now at O'Meara GMC. Here's how it works. Your payoff's $18,000 at O'Meara GMC, it becomes $6,000. If your payoff is $14,000 at O'Meara GMC, it becomes $2,000. If your payoff is $12,000 at O'Meara GMC, it becomes $0. Over 1,000 vehicles to choose from, and 0% APR financing can save you even more. It's all happening right now at O'Meara GMC on 104th, stock TG 100701. Must qualify for all rebates.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
I'm Navy vet Phil Briggs, here for Navy Federal Credit Union. I always love Veterans Day because it's when I see my buddies posting up pictures of us when we were younger and built for speed. Navy Federal Credit Union also celebrates veterans of all branches and their families every day of the year. As a veteran, you can become a member and access exclusive rates, discounts, and financial tools for the whole family. So become a member today at NavyFederal.org/veterans. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by TradeGen Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider, Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
You want to hit the highway? You want to look fly?
Be a baller?
Ah, there is a way. There is a way. You want to go to Phoenix this February for the biggest party in golf? It's the Fan Flyway presented by 303 Law 4040. Jeff Zimmer. You have 10 minutes to call us back at 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the grand prize. 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale. Round trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Phoenix. 2 nights hotel stay and a $500 Visa gift card. Jeff Zimmer, call us back at 303-713-1043. If you haven't already entered, you can still sign up at thefanflyaway.com. Make sure to listen weekdays every hour between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to hear if your name is called.
Don't lose out, Jeff.
All right.
Jeffrey, I know his mother probably calls him Jeffrey. Don't lose out on it.
And if you know Jeff Zimmer, tell him he's on the clock. All right. We were just reacting to the J.K. Dobbins news, and I'm pretty frustrated.
We should. You are. I am. Broncos country for sure is. I mean, he's our most consistent offensive weapon.
Yep.
And yet he is going to be missing a lot of time. We don't know how much time, but for the foreseeable future, J.K. Dobbins is not going to be a part of this offense, which sucks because we don't know much about R.J. Harvey. Now, of course, we're getting ready to find out. We're fixing to find out, but we're 8-2. Everything's out in front of us. We have been excited about this team. But one thing we have talked about was the depth, and right now it's showing. Right, we have some of our star players, J.K. now and PS2, that are out. What can we do? Can we find a way to weather this storm and win this game against Kansas City?
And if you just are dropping in and didn't hear the news yet, J.K. Dobbins will not play on Sunday and is out for the foreseeable future, according to Ian Rappaport and insider Jordan Schultz. IR is being considered. No bueno. No bueno. So it's going to have to be the Broncos defense, more than likely, unless there's some great enlightenment, this great awakening that happens with the Broncos offense. Chances are the Broncos defense is going to have to be doing most of the heavy lifting, and it's going to have to come against Patrick Mahomes. Here's defensive coordinator Vance Joseph on going up against the king of the AFC.
Yeah, I mean, he's been the best for a long time. I mean, he's a winner. The plays he can make off schedule, that makes it tough. Obviously, they're in the huddle and they have a play called, and you can defend that play perfectly, and he can obviously buy time in the second act. That's where he makes his explosive plays. So going against Patrick, obviously, how you rush him is important. How you cover is important. But the second part is, just keep chasing him and keep plastering on the back end, because those plays they've made over the years, him and Kelsey especially, has been hard on defenses. So it's a true challenge. And they've got, these new receivers they've got. It's a track team. You got 4.26, 4.30, so that makes it challenging.
And again, much like Sean Payton, when he was discussing the Kansas City Chiefs, you can hear the seriousness in his voice.
Yeah.
He talked about Cam Ward, number 1 pick, talented. Talked about Justin Fields, but the seriousness in his tone, it wasn't on that end of the spectrum like it was just there.
No, it sounds like borderline they're scared. Now, they're not. They're respecting them. They understand that this is a tough Kansas City Chiefs team that has the best quarterback in the league, and he's going up against VJ, is going up against Andy Reid, one of the best offensive-minded coaches. So this is going to be a dogfight for this defense. But one thing that the defense is going to have to do is get to Patrick Mahomes, but have their rush integrity. Don't get out of place. Don't get undisciplined, because Patrick Mahomes can move around. He can find ways to keep drives alive and improvise. So they're going to have to try to get to Patrick Mahomes as fast as possible, be physical, hit him when you can, and force Patrick Mahomes to make bad decisions or quicker decisions than he wants to do.
Well, I'll give VJ a ton of credit, because since he came back as defensive coordinator, he has done as good of job against Kansas City's offense as anyone in professional football, right? Last year, throw out the 38-0 game, Week 18, the game in Arrowhead last year held Kansas City to 16 points. The game before that, when the Broncos won for the first time in nearly a decade in 2023, Vance Joseph's defense held Kansas City to 9 points. The game prior to that in 23 that they lost, they held Kansas City to 19 points. So Vance Joseph has done as good a job against Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid, quite frankly, as anyone in professional football. And you're going to have to recreate that. And I know I gave you the stat in the middle of the week, and I already reset it earlier in today's show. But Patrick Mahomes is 53-0 when Kansas City holds their opponents to 17 points or less. I'm not giving away my pick out right now. We'll wait to the end of the show. But if the Broncos are going to win, they may have to be the one after the dash next to 53. This may have to be like a 17-16, 14-10 type of like slog rock fight.
Well, if that's going to be the case, they have to get to Patrick Mahomes. They're going to have to put pressure on him by blitzing sometimes. The thing about that is I'm concerned about is we're going to have to bring pressure not just from the front four, but maybe a nickel, maybe a cornerback. You don't have PS2. You have these three receivers, and we talked about it, and I brought it up to James, and James said, are these receivers really that good? Now, I never said they were elite, but you're talking about receivers that are fast, and speed kills in this league. Can Riley Moss hang with Hollywood Brown or Rice or Worthy for a whole game? Can Chris Abrams-Drain hang with these receivers? Can Hufanga and Brendan Jones, if they're asked to go man, can they hang with these receivers? Because we know that Patrick Mahomes has a strong arm. He loves to improvise. If he can get outside that pocket, can these cornerbacks hold up knowing that we're going to have to bring some pressure, which means at times we have to go man?
Well, considering that dynamic, I'm going to share this stat with you here, okay? And you're only going to hear this on the drive, by the way, unless you have heard it somewhere else, and then I apologize. But after playing man at the second highest rate through 8 weeks, the Broncos have just played their two lowest rates of man-to-man defense following the injury to Pat Surtain. All right? Here's where it relates to Kansas City. Mahomes, all right, against man coverage as opposed to zone, against man, his yards per attempt is the fourth fewest. Against zone, his yards per attempt is the fourth most. He picks apart zone defenses.
Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, those type of quarterbacks are like computers. Like once they get it dialed in and understand what you're doing, they will pick you apart.
Yep, and that's what Mahomes has done. And the Broncos, because of the lack of personnel, have had to go zone at a significantly higher rate than they did when Pat Surtain was healthy. So, and this is one of these, hey, like, watch Kelsey. Watch Kelsey, because I thought this guy had one foot in the grave and the other foot on a banana peel, okay? Not the case.
Damn.
540 yards in 9 games. He is leading the team in receiving by over 150 yards. Like, this guy is still, and like, he's not even like a possession tight end. You think he's like catching it and falling down. No.
He finds ways.
Dude, he's got 274 yak yards. Yards after contact, 274. That'd be like 100 more yards than anyone on the Broncos. And it's Kelsey at this stage of his career at 36 years old.
Yeah, and now I'm wondering, I'm like, what do you do? Because if you go zone, he's going to pick you apart. That's Patrick Mahomes we're talking about. But if you go man, who's going to man up with Travis Kelsey? Jahdae Barron? Are you going to put Drake Greenlaw on him? Justin Sternad? That's a mismatch. So, like, to me, it's going to be hard. The pass rush is going to have to get to Patrick Mahomes.
What is Andy Reid saying about these red-hot Broncos? We'll hear from the head coach next.
The Broncos are locked in for a divisional showdown with Kansas City.
Let's go!
Kick your football Sunday off in style with Denver Game Day, powered by Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos. Live on Game Day starting at 10 a.m. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. The Fed just dropped rates again, and that's really great news for American homeowners. If you're feeling overwhelmed, thinking about the upcoming holidays, there is no better time than now to get your finances in order. With rates dropping, now is the time to pay off that debt. American Financing is helping homeowners access the equity in their home for instant savings. They're saving people just like you an average of $800 a month, and many are seeing rates in the low fives. That's a game changer compared to those sky-high credit cards. And if you start today, you may be able to delay 2 mortgage payments. It costs absolutely nothing to find out how much you can save. The holidays are going to be here before you know it, so don't wait. Call their salary-based mortgage consultants today. American Financing can be reached at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.196 for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Black Friday is going on now at every AutoNation store. Hurry in and save for a limited time. Buy with 0 down, plus make no payments till next year. Shop new and used cars, trucks, SUVs, even top luxury models. Drive with 0 down, plus no payments till next year. Save your cash for the holidays. Go to your nearest AutoNation store now.
Limited term financing on approved credit. 90-day deferred payment. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
This is Jeff for Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help Greg.
Hi, my name is Greg. I've been a patient of Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic for over 10 years. I noticed that I was really tired. I was lethargic. I didn't sleep really well, and I was overweight. My waist was 4 inches over what it should have been. It was really difficult for me to lose the body shape I didn't like. And of course, my marriage, yes. No man in their 40s wants to have low libido in their marriage. I'm really thankful for this therapy because it just makes me feel the man I want to be, active, at home, everywhere. If you're feeling like I was, call the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today and get checked. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Thanks, Greg. It's true. Low T therapy will likely change your life. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Hey, Stoke here. At Colorado Joint Replacement, your hip or knee replacement surgery is their first priority. They completed over 27,000 joint replacements since 2005, and their expert surgeons are committed to helping you get back to the life you love. To schedule an appointment, visit coloradojoint.org.
Hi, I'm Emily, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where a small box with a burgundy bow will help you win the holidays. As an in-house designer, I love creating meaningful, fine jewelry gifts. Choose a necklace with a gorgeous infinity charm to symbolize your everlasting love. Or go for a personalized piece with an engraving, their zodiac sign, favorite color gemstone, or their initial accented with pave diamonds. Because a friend wants you to be a holiday hero. Stop by or shop now at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Stop by the new O'Reilly Auto Parts in Wheat Ridge on Kipling Street behind Natural Grocers now through November 25th for the grand opening sale. You'll get a $15 O'Reilly gift card after rebate and 2 times O-Rewards points with the purchase of 5 quarts of any Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil. And buy one, get one free Coca-Cola products at your new O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. If you've been seriously injured in a truck or car wreck, you want Wilhite. We've been voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm for the last 3 years in a row. Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com and win big with Wilhite.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Fitness Gallery, selling the world's finest fitness equipment.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, TU Hockey skates with Colorado College with pregame starting at 6:30. Tomorrow morning on 104.3 HD2, Air Force football faces UConn with pregame starting at 9:30. On 104.3 HD3, TU basketball faces UTSA with pregame starting at 11:30. Then on the Fan, home of the Colorado State Rams, CSU football faces New Mexico, presented by Rock's Heating and Air with pregame starting at noon.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, rolling downhill on a Bud Light Football Friday live from Jackson's in Lodo. Breaking down all things Broncos and Chiefs in a extremely anticipated game. And there is going to be, I don't know, I'll just guess. There's another really good game in the time slot as well. So considering that, but I'll still say there'll be 18 million Americans watching Broncos in Kansas City.
Yeah, I mean, this is a rivalry. You have KC that's 5-4. They lose, they go to 5-5, and the Denver Broncos go to 9-2. Like, everybody wants to know, are the Denver Broncos for real? And everybody also wants to know, are the Kansas City Chiefs out of it? Everybody wants the Kansas City Chiefs out of it in the AFC.
Yep.
They're tired of them.
Yep.
So they're hoping that Denver can find a way to beat up on them at home and make it become true where Kansas City is 5-5 and Denver becomes 9-2, man. So everything's out in front of us where it's like, wow, still pinch me. I'm not dreaming, but pinch me because we have a chance to go 9-2, which
Crazy.
is something that hasn't been done in a very long time.
Very, very, very long time, decade, in fact. The other game that it's going head-to-head against is the Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams. That is also a really fun one, 7-2 against 7-2. Seattle also 7-2 against the spread. So they have significantly surpassed what the odds makers believe who they're going to be Sunday by Sunday. Andy Reid speaking this week, talking about the Broncos' defensive line.
Because that's really a strength of theirs on the defensive side. They got a good defense, but I mean that D line, it starts with them. It's a nice challenge for our offensive line, and like I had mentioned before, we've had this string of good D lines that we've been, going against, and so it gives you another opportunity to continue to grow as a group and look forward to that challenge. I mean, that's what this is all about. You love that. You love that you get to play a good football team.
I watched this whole press conference, and much like Sean Payton, there was a incredibly serious, no nonsense, no funny ha-has, like none of that. I mean, he was as stoic as the day is long.
I can tell he's whispering, as he should when he's talking about the Denver Bronco defense. But this is going to be a tough game for Denver, but also for the Kansas City Chiefs, because now you're going up against, if you're Kansas City, you're going up against a team, a defense, a 4 rushers that are truly dogs, that are going to get to you, that are going to be aggressive, and you don't know where it's coming from. It could be coming from John Franklin Myers or Zach Allen or Nick Benito and Jonathan Cooper. Like, this is going to be a fun game, and Patrick Mahomes knows if he's going to win this game, he's going to have to get that ball out as fast as possible, and the defense knows that they're going to have to try to create some turnovers. So, Tillman, do your job, baby.
Yeah.
You might have to come up big and have another interception for us.
Well, it's going to be definitely a matchup to watch, because when we've seen Kansas City really struggle, it's because D-lines get after that offensive line, and their tackle situation just isn't the same as it's been in years past. Their left tackle, this is a biggie to watch, guys. Josh Simmons is a rookie. He was the last pick in the first round, out of Ohio State, and he's been down. And now he's coming back, but he hasn't played football in a while. So look for that rookie left tackle, Josh Simmons, here this Sunday. Here's more Andy Reid talking about Bo Nix's development.
Yeah, he's picking up what Sean's asking him to do, and then executing it and doing a good job with that. And that's a primary responsibility of the quarterback. You're going to be given a scheme, and you got to become a master of it and to make everybody around you better. And he's done a nice job with that.
Coach, on that subject, when you get that second year, he had that early success. He's had some bumps in the road since then. Defense, just how much easier does it get to prepare for him? And now that they've got the tape on him, is that why he's having some struggles now?
Yeah, listen, I mean, they kind of all go through a little bit of that, but he's also won games, which ends up being the most important thing, and during tough times. But you see that around the league. You see that with all these guys. Teams have an opportunity to study them. They got up their game, and they continue to grow. And they grow for a few years, and then they either make it or they don't make it. At that point. So to be able to sustain it for years is quite a tribute to these guys. But he's a young guy that's continuing to see some different curveballs there,
It's an interesting response, I thought, of man, what a tribute to the guys who are able to overcome what Bo is going through and then sustain their success for years and years and years. I mean, that's Mahomes, that's Allen, that's Lamar, that's Burrow. That's what makes those guys different. Is they just sustain the success. And Mahomes, I'll say this, his first year playing, we know he sat a year, but his first year playing, the kid went out and threw 50 touchdown passes. He's never came close to doing that again. The next year, his second year playing, it went from 50 to 26.
Wow. I didn't even think about that. Now, his first year truly playing was my first year in the league.
That's right.
2018, and then he showed up with the left-handed pass. So that's interesting. But yet he's still been very efficient and able to win games with his legs, with his arms, with help. Sometimes the defense helping him out. I mean, just a really good quarterback like a Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. So this is something where Bo wants to get to. He's going to have to kind of get out of this funk. And Andy Reid is right, and I'm glad he brought that up, where it's like in this league, in the NFL, you have breakthroughs, and you have breakthroughs. And at some point, you are who you are. Right now for Bo Nix, he's not nowhere near where he can be. And that's going to take some time, and he's going to go through these growing pains, and he needs to see different defensive schemes before he's like, okay, I'm confident enough in what I can do and my abilities. So it's just one of these things with us. We got to be patient with him, but it's hard to do that when you're 8-2 and everything's out in front of you.
Yeah. All right. What is it like being on the field as a defender trying to slow down Patrick Mahomes? We'll talk to a guy who knows next.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is on a mission to feed families this holiday season, and we need your help. As part of our Fill the Truck campaign, we'll be collecting canned goods and non-perishable food items to benefit the Food Bank of the Rockies November 19th, 20th, and 21st. So stop by the Walmart Supercenter in Highlands Ranch near C470 in Quebec from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and help us fill the truck for those in need. Head to DenverSports.com/truck for more info. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Cake Mortgage Corp. Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 1734623. Licensed in Colorado by the Division of Real Estate. Terms and conditions apply. Are you a first-time home buyer? Are you trying to lower your existing mortgage payment? Do you need cash from your equity? For most people, getting a mortgage means endless paperwork and weeks of anxiety. But with Cake Mortgage, our process is simple, fast, and hassle-free. Whether you're purchasing, refinancing, or looking to tap your home's equity, our team guides you step by step so you always know what's next. Our thousands of 5-star customer reviews will tell you no one can do what Cake can. So stop stressing and start saving fast with Cake. Your fresh-baked Cake home mortgage is ready to enjoy. So don't wait. Call 720-850-0012. That's 720-850-0012. Or visit cakehome.com. To learn more now.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. Navigating personal injury claims on your own can feel like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. Don't let things fall apart. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law. Online at flanagan.law.
Hellsberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is gonna be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here for 5280 Exteriors. Receive $1,000 off every 10 windows you purchase and receive a $100 grocery gift card to contribute to your Thanksgiving festivities. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Fall is here, and so are the savings at Corwin Toyota. Get a new 2025 Tacoma with rates as low as 1.99% APR for up to 60 months, or lease for as little as $39.99 down and $279 a month for 36 months. Or lease a new 2025 RAV4 for $39.99 down and $299 a month. Visit us up Pearl Parkway or shop online at CorwinToyotaBoulder.com. Corwin Toyota, family driven for over 100 years.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR, AdvancedHair.com.
Life happens, and then debt happens. Your laptop dies when you need it most. A hospital bill hurts more than an injury. Enter End Credit Union with a free debt consultation and a plan built just for you. End is here to help you break the debt cycle and get your finances on track. Debt happens. End helps. Schedule your free consultation at end.com/coaching. Standard account and credit qualifications apply.
Okay, Michael. Any other questions about your Select Health insurance?
How much time do you have?
I have exactly as much time as you need.
Wonderful, because I have exactly 112 more questions.
112.
112.
112 it is. Let's do this.
Real people, real answers in real time. Select Health, insurance made simple. Learn more at selecthealth.org.
Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, today through Sunday. National Western Complex. Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, today through Sunday. National Western Complex. 18-month interest-free financing. Our factories have demanded we sell 1,000 hot tubs and swim spas this weekend. National Western Complex. Huge factory incentives, factory rebates, this weekend only. National Western Complex. We can remove your old hot tub. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Hot tub starting at $2,999. National Western Complex. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Just relax and enjoy. National Western Complex. Today, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Free admission, free parking, free delivery. National Western Complex. Call 833-SPA-SALE or visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you, because you can't be pinned down. Unless you want to be. Your first love story is free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
Joel Klatt, the nation's leading voice in college football, joins Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth every Wednesday morning. Presented by Groove Toyota. Here we go. Tune in at 8:10 for exclusive insight, bold analysis, and maybe just a hint of shenanigans. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, it's about that time on a Friday where we check in with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall, presented by Corwin Toyota Boulder. B. Marsh, we're breaking down Chiefs Week. I mean, everyone is so excited. CBS is sending their number one crew. They're even sending the studio pregame show to Denver to do their show outside of Mile High. A lot of buzz around this matchup. But from your experience, what is it like being on the same football field trying to slow down Patrick Mahomes?
Man, so the first time I played Patrick Mahomes was week 17. I want to say 2017, right?
Yep.
I want to say that was one of his first starts.
Yep, his first start. Yep.
His first start, right? So, playing that Patrick Mahomes versus playing the Patrick Mahomes that threw the left-handed pass the next year was completely different. Okay, so Pat Mahomes is what you call the ultimate playmaker. Right. So, as of late, I want to say the last year or so, it's not like his stats are out of this world, but at the end of the day, he does what needs to be done to take his team to the Super Bowl. Right. He is somebody who creates plays. He gets himself out of situations on 3rd and long. He obeys the rush. He breaks the tackle. He makes the throw. He makes the run. He's definitely one of the most creative and, playmaking quarterbacks that we've seen.
B. Marsh, you're talking about Patrick Mahomes and what he can do, but also with VJ, he has a tall task to try to stop Patrick Mahomes, and you don't have your best player on the football field in PS2. So what is VJ, if it was up to you and you've been in the locker room with VJ, what is VJ going to do to try to help Riley Moss and Chris Abrams drain out, knowing that you have to contain these fast receivers?
Man, I mean, look, we've seen it time and time again, right? Well, when I say time and time again, we've seen it on 2 different occasions. When I want to say the defense has been at its best against the Kansas City Chiefs is when the pass rush is at a premium. You looked at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they beat them in the Super Bowl. You look at the Philadelphia Eagles when they destroyed them in the last Super Bowl. That front was going crazy, and that's exactly what we have, right? We have right now we're leading the league in sacks. Nick Bonito, Cooper, Allen, those guys are going crazy. So the best thing that can help is if those guys win they one-on-ones. Right now, you're talking about BJ from a scheme standpoint. I don't see the scheme changing, too much. Obviously, you're probably not going to maybe not run as much man coverage just because of, you don't have your PS2, out there. But at the same time, I can see him, putting a lot of pressure, on Mahomes, running the shell coverage, which is, 2 safeties over top, which is cover 2, cover 4, But honestly, I think they're going to lean on that front.
We're talking with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall, the way that we do here on Fridays right around this time. I'm curious, B. Marsh. Now, I've heard from Phillip Lindsay here and talking about some of his anecdotal stories or what he might have been thinking when he saw Mahomes do this or do that. But I'm curious if you remember, and no pressure, no worries if you don't. But do you remember what you and your teammates were saying after that Monday Night Football game in 2018? So
you had to bring that up, man. That hurt.
So he gets his first ever start against the Broncos in the final game against 2017. B. Marsh, at the time, we thought it was the future against the future, maybe because it was Paxton Lynch going up against Mahomes in one of his only starts of the season. But then it's the next year, and I remember it was week 4, and it was Monday Night Football, and he was off to such a crazy start. And he had that play where Vaughn had him around the waist, and he switched it or maybe he had him around the arm. He switched it from his right hand to the left hand for a completion. And that was the game where Case Keenum missed DT down the right sideline. But when you went back into the locker room, do you remember what some of you and your teammates were saying about what you had just seen in this guy's, what was ultimately his 5th ever start?
Well, honestly, what we were saying defensively, we were pissed off at ourselves because we should have won that game. Even when they had, driven the ball down, and I remember we called a play where all the DBs, most of the DBs had their heels on the goal line. Okay, they had their heels on the goal line. Nobody's supposed to get past a certain point, and I don't know which DB it was. I'm not going to throw nobody in the bus. Obviously, you can go watch the tape. But at the end of the day, they ended up converting. Right, they ended up converting. I forgot whether it was a touchdown or a first down. Maybe it was a touchdown, but. That was on us.
First down.
And we were still – it was the first down? And that was on us, man. And honestly, they ended up scoring after that, and we lost. So really, even after that left-hand pass, even with that, we still had chances to win, and we shot ourselves in the foot. But I would say after that game, we always like, oh, yeah, he's going to be special.
B. Marsh, I'm glad that you're taking blame for that. I've been blaming you guys for a long time.
It was on us.
No, we didn't do our part. Gearing up for this game, you have the 8-2 Denver Broncos going up against the 5-4 Kansas City Chiefs. The key to victory for the Denver Broncos is what?
Man, look, we all see right now the Achilles heel for this team. For this offense is the pass offense, okay? So it sucks that J.K. Dobbins is out. He was having a good year. But you know what? You drafted somebody second round who's got talent, so I think they got to run with R.J. Harvey, man. They got to, extend that clock, extend them drives. Bo Nix, he does a good job extending drives and extending plays as well, with his legs. So, obviously that, and then you know what it is, man. Look, pass rush. I'm always talking about the defense, man. We gotta, obviously slow Travis Kelce down, which, he is slowing down in age himself. But at the same time, they still have a magic about them.
Yep.
I don't think that magic has left the Kansas City Chiefs yet. So, the things we got to do is we got to really pound them into submission, man. And I think that's with the run game, and that's with our pass rush.
All right, man. We'll see if they can do it. A lot of eyeballs on this game. We appreciate your time, as always, here on a Friday. We'll do this again next week.
Thank you.
All right, there he goes, Brandon Marshall, here on a Friday, on a Bud Light Football Friday.
You heard B. Marsh. We got to take him to Pound Town.
Take him to Pound Town. B. Marsh presented by Corwin Toyota Boulder, family driven for over 100 years. Man, I remember that game, his 2018, like it was yesterday, truly. And I went back and looked at the game log when B. Marsh was talking. It was a 3rd and 16.
Oh yeah.
It was a 3rd and 16 in the fourth quarter.
There was a safety, right? There was a safety that gave up a big play.
Yes, I think it was Justin. I want to say.
I want to say it was Justin Simmons that. I'm not gonna say he gave up. He gave up the play. That's what it looked like. Now I'm not a defensive guy. I was yelling, but then again I'm like, well, we're not doing our part either.
Right. Right. No.
So it's like there's no room for me to talk right now. We have to score.
Yeah, and if you remember, like at the time, Patrick Mahomes was. So that was his first year starting, 2018, and you're coming into the league as well. Week one was his second start ever. He threw 4 touchdowns, no interceptions against the Chargers. Week 2 was Pittsburgh. All Mahomes did in his second start of the season, third start of his career, threw for 326 yards on 82% completions.
Man.
6 passing touchdowns.
So over 300 yards and 6 touchdowns?
6 touchdowns, no interceptions. He took a single sack, but threw 6 tutties that day. And then it was week 3 against San Francisco.
Damn.
314 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. So in the first 3 games of the season, Mahomes had 13 touchdown passes. And I remember at the time there was already scuttlebutt of could Patrick Mahomes break Peyton Manning's 55-yard touchdown record if he already has 13 after 3 weeks. And I remember pregame, Peyton Manning was down on the field.
Oh, yeah.
And, talked to Mahomes. And I just remember, those conversations being had. And it was my second year in Denver and happened to watch that game from Peyton's box that night.
Big man on campus.
In my one and only ever time. I've never been invited back.
You were sipping on a Mai Tai in the box.
It was seriously one of the coolest fanboy moments, because
I'm glad you had that experience.
I never you seem really happy for me. I'd never been starstruck in my life. Never. But when I met Peyton, I remember being like, this is happening. I'm looking, and Peyton's huge if you've never stood next to him, and that was my first time standing next to him.
You act like you're about to lose your virginity. This is actually happening.
I'm like, it is. It was kind of like my Peyton Manning virginity.
Hey, I remember I was the same way when the sheriff texted me. I don't know how he got my number, but he texted me. He was like, "Hey, this is Peyton Manning." I'm like, oh, you know what?
Yeah.
He said, my son's a big fan of yours. I'm going to bring a jersey to the game. Do you mind signing it? Hell yeah.
Of course.
Fine. I will find you.
Yeah, right.
I will find you. And that was my greatest moment with the sheriff.
Yeah, I love that. No, but I remember that night. It was just big for me in my life at the time. And when Case missed DT, the game was right there to be won, and KC was 3-0 coming into that game, and ultimately came into Denver and won 27-23. Phil, they did not stop beating the Broncos from that point forward until 2023, and so it's been quite a run for Kansas City. Is it coming to a close? Are they not going to win the division for the first time in a decade? We'll break it down. This is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive. Woo! And it's Chiefs Week. Kansas City descending upon Denver. The NFL's longest home winning streak on the line, 10 consecutive wins at a mile high. And Mahomes and Kansas City feeling vulnerable for the first time in a very long time. And could this be a watershed moment, a tipping point in this dynamic where the Chiefs, they call themselves Chiefs Kingdom.
Yeah.
They have ruled the AFC West like a kingdom. Could they get overthrown by an up-and-coming monarchy?
Look at you. I was just going to say, hey, it's like the Kansas City Chiefs being daddy, right? They have that grown man strength.
Yep.
Well, son is starting to grow up. That's the Denver Broncos. Now the son is starting to kind of test the dad. Say, hey, Dad, I got these muscles. I've been doing push-ups. Now, I don't know if Zach By does push-ups.
I do push-ups.
Oh, you do?
Every
okay,
day.
there. Well, then the son's like, I've been doing my push-ups. I've been eating my Wheaties and eating the greens. I'm ready to take you on. Are the Denver Broncos ready for that? Now, I would be so confident in saying, hell yes, if Pat Surtain was playing and J.K. Dobbins was playing. Two of our better, or if not our best players on this team right now. For sure, PS2, but so J.K. Dobbins has been very consistent, but they're not playing. And we still have to find a way to beat the Chiefs at home, who by the way, have been struggling, and we have been doing a great job at home of handling business.
Well, they're not going to have J.K. Dobbins on Sunday. And if you haven't heard, we got an update on J.K. Dobbins here. He is officially out for Sunday's game. But there's more to it. He is going to be out for the foreseeable future, okay, according to Ian Rappaport. Now, in the same tweet, they said they're considering IR. That doesn't really add up for me personally. IR is 4 weeks.
Yeah.
If he's out for the foreseeable future, he's probably heading to IR. I would just ask what kind of IR. Short-term IR, 4 games, or is it season-ending on IR?
Well, there you go right there. That's the dilemma right now, Zach. It's not about if he's going to be on IR. He is going on IR, but which one is it? My guessing is, and I'm speculating, so don't go back to the Denver Broncos and tell them that Phillip Lindsay said that something was going on. But my guessing, just being in that building playing, that he may have had a small procedure done, or maybe he's going to have a small procedure done, but the doctors may not know what's really going on until they open him up. And then maybe it's like, okay, it's a little bit worse than we thought, and now you're going to be on long-term IR or going to be out a little bit longer than we were expecting. So I think they're trying to wait and hear the news, whether it's good or bad, of where they should put J.K. Dobbins. But no matter what, it's bad. You're missing your best offensive weapon, and the guy who has to replace you is R.J. Harvey, a rookie who has not yet really become himself in this league because he's young, but also we just don't know enough about him. He hasn't had the opportunities, and now he's going to get a lot of opportunities against the Chiefs.
Yeah, and we'll hear from R.J. Harvey here in just a second. Updated audio from today we'll get to that you'll want to hear. But first, I mean, before we move on from the Dobbins stuff, I just have to reiterate two things, okay? One, just how deeply disturbed I am about this news. The Denver Broncos, and I know I'm repeating myself from earlier in the week, but they do one thing really well on offense, but they do it with one player, and that's J.K. Dobbins running the football, top 5 in the NFL. Could R.J. Harvey turn into that? You can tell me yes, but I have not seen that yet. So that takes faith to say, yes, he's going to be that. I'd like to draw from more than, if I'm just being honest, 2 runs. I'd like to draw from more than 2 runs, one against the worst team in the NFL in Tennessee, and the second against the worst defense in the NFL in Dallas.
If you have to go with just faith, because I know you like your numbers, it tells a story. But sometimes you do have to lean on a little bit of faith and hope that things go right for you. Now, for RJ, he has scored some touchdowns in this league. He's a touchdown machine. For RJ,
there's context to that as well, but keep going.
But there's context to any touchdown score, usually, especially when you're scoring a lot of touchdowns. They're game planning towards you to score those touchdowns. But also with RJ, he has opened up. We know he has the speed, the breakaway speed.
He does.
Play.
He does.
He's going to get the opportunity, Zach. So tell me this. Do you believe he can do it? Can he do it? And we've watched him since camp.
And when you say can he do it? Do what specifically?
All I need him to be is competent. I need him to be able to just move the chains.
4 yards a carry?
4 yards a carry, even 3 yards at that. If it's 3rd and 3, can you pick up a first down, keep the chains moving? That's what I want to see. I don't need to see him be Reggie Bush or Derrick Henry. I don't need to see that right now. What I need to see is the defense respecting the run and having to come up and giving Cortland Sutton, Troy Franklin, and all of them opportunities on one-on-ones with these DBs. I want to see Kansas City respect the run.
Well, if you're just looking for competent, I think that he can do that. I think R.J. Harvey can do that. Can he average 3 yards a carry? Yeah, I think he can do that. Can he convert a 3rd and 3? Yeah,
4 yards. Let's go 4 then.
I'm hoping he can do that. You drafted him 60th overall. I'm hoping he can be competent. In terms of like you're replacing elite with competent to an offense that's one of the worst in the league and has more punts than anyone else in pro football. So I don't think that's going to be good enough. He's going to have to be more than competent. And based on what I've seen from Harvey, has he got the most opportunities in the world? No, he hasn't. But he's gotten 50 carries.
Yeah.
Now, 2 have gone for one has gone for 50, one has gone for 40, and then I have 48 other runs that have all been in the single digits. So I can't. I'm not just going to assume that R.J. Harvey is going to get in there and run for 77 yards on Sunday the way that J.K. seemingly does Sunday in and Sunday out. So,
let's say this.
And it's also the inside running.
Okay.
I haven't seen R.J. Harvey run inside the way that Dobbins does, and the patience and the vision. Like, I haven't seen that.
What's good enough to win this game with R.J. Harvey?
On the ground?
Yes.
As always, it's what does it actually look like and how it's unfold. But just like from a profile standpoint, for the Broncos to win this game,
Because he's going to get into some rhythm. Just like a basketball player, shoot or shoot. You get in rhythm the more you're in there involved, moving around, touching that ball.
Yeah, you saw me shooting the basketball today. What did it look like?
Buttery. No rhythm.
They call me Miss Buttersworth. So just in general, without knowing any of the context of the game, Harvey's going to have to run for, I'll just say at a bare minimum, 70 yards, and you're going to need multiple explosive yards, or explosive carries, rather.
Yeah.
15, 20 yards, like that.
Well, and this is why I'm asking this, because it could happen. You're going up against the Chiefs that they don't have the Denver Broncos front four.
They don't.
Now, they have one star player. They have a couple star players, but they don't have the depth. So what I'm saying is stick with the run. Grind out the yards, 3 yards, 4 yards, 7 yards, bust one for 15. By that fourth quarter, they will be tired. They will be down and out. The linebackers are stiff anyway, and this is when you start to bust off those long runs. So R.J. Harvey will have success because he is a tough runner. I will say that.
Define success. What is
success? Is I'm gonna go on and say 72 yards. 72 yards. He's gonna get his butt in that end zone because Sean's gonna make sure of that, and we're gonna be able to run the ball. The Buffalo Bills were able to do that. Now they got James Cook. I understand that. But it's about getting downhill. Also, Buffalo used a fullback like Cease was talking about. We have a fullback too. It's about getting vertical, breaking some tackles. It's something that I feel like R.J. Harvey will do.
Well, I hope you're right about that. I am hopeful. And ultimately we'll see. Before we move on from the Dobbins conversation, though, I have to say this because I was saying it before the trade deadline.
Yeah.
The Denver Broncos should have traded for a running back. If you believe that you're in a Super Bowl window, and Sean does, and you've put yourself from a wins and losses standpoint squarely in that conversation, and your offense relies heavily on one single runner, but that one single runner simultaneously has never finished an NFL season ever, you needed a little bit more insurance behind Dobbins, and you had Breece Hall just sitting there who wanted to get traded, who the Jets wanted to trade for a third-round pick. The general manager who had to make that decision just came from Denver underneath George Payton in Darren Muji. Like, there's so much about that made sense. No one offered up a third-round pick, and I'm just like, you have this elite defense. Your offense isn't very good. You need a little bit of I'll use an insurance policy again because if R.J. Harvey can't shoulder this load over the next month, and I do believe it will be at least over the next month because I, like you, believe he's going to IR, wouldn't be stunned at all if it's ultimately season-ending IR as we're going into Week 11 already.
You're upset because they could have made a move before the trade deadline.
Yeah,
they did not. But what's weird is I asked you this, Zach, right? And you were drinking Mai Tais on a beach the next day after the trade deadline, so I didn't get to ask you it right there. So when you got back and had sand in your hair, I asked you, hey, are you upset with this? And you said no.
You know what I said? I said it would have been a preference, but I'm not going to die on that hill.
Yes.
I said it would have been a preference that they traded for a running back, but I'm not going to sit here and die on that hill. I freely admit I should have died on that hill in that moment that we had that conversation. I absolutely should have.
You're spot on. We need a running back.
Right, and here we are. And I'm not like, look, I'm not – this is not like about me, but I'm saying if a sports talk radio show host could lay it out in the exact way that it ended up falling, the Denver Broncos sure as hell should have known as well.
And I don't understand why George and Sean didn't put their heads together and say, hey, look, we are in a Super Bowl window, but we are running thin. If PS2 goes down, we don't have a bunch of cornerbacks. I think that they're dressing five cornerbacks this game, maybe even 4. For the Denver Broncos running backs, you're having to rely on Jalil and Tyler Bidet. After that, who else is there? So you could have helped yourself and helped this team and helped the defense by adding another player. Preferably for you was the running back. I was a receiver, but now I'm with you, a running back to help this team out because the identity of this offense as of right now is your run game, and yet we don't have a running back that we can truly say he's consistent, and we need to figure out what R.J. Harvey has to offer. It's scary, man.
Yeah. And, Dante, do me a favor. Clip Phil just now saying, now I'm with you, and put that on the iPad. So anytime, now I'm with you. Anytime you change your mind, now I'm with you.
I know hardly. I don't change my mind.
Well, I'll say this, Phil. Kidding aside, if they're gonna pull this off, and make no mistake, the 8-2 Broncos are a definitive underdog against the 5-4 Chiefs at home.
Crazy.
Also, make no mistake, the current betting favorite to win the Super Bowl as of this week is the 5-4 Kansas City Chiefs. Okay?
Ooh-wee.
So if the Broncos are going to pull off an upset on Sunday, R.J. Harvey's going to need to play great. And we heard from R.J. Harvey a little bit earlier in the afternoon, and here is young R.J. saying he's ready to go.
Yeah, I'm ready. You know, whatever coach needs me to do, I'm ready to go on the field. You know, I had a great week of practice, and just ready to go.
Okay.
He's ready, baby.
You were called up just like this at a certain point.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Let me close my eyes right now and that handsome young man with the afro. Yeah, it was after Royce Freeman hurt his ankle. It was the Arizona game where Von Miller, and we told the story before, where Von Miller guaranteed a win. And that next week, I get the call from my running backs coach, and then I met with Bill Musgrave on the football field before practice started, and I met with Coach VJ, Vance Joseph, and they said, hey, look, we trust and believe in you, and we believe that this is your time. Now go out there and take it. We're going to give you opportunities. Are you ready? And I'm looking at him like, Coach, I've been ready. I've been ready for this moment for myself, and I just remember telling myself, this is it, Phil. All right, you're undrafted. People are looking for a reason why you shouldn't be here. Go out there and show them why you belong in this league. And I went on, and I had like what was it? Maybe 90 yards. I would have had 100.
This is the Kansas City
game, second.
The second one. Yeah, you had 95 yards and a touchdown.
95 yards, a touchdown. I had a couple big-time plays called back.
But you also had 90 yards the week before against Arizona.
Yeah, that's where I stiffed arm Patrick Peterson. Yeah, let him know that.
And you also had 69 yards and a touchdown against the Chiefs the first time. And you also had 107 yards against Oakland in week 2. And you also had 71 yards and a touchdown week 1. What I'm saying is
I was more
you were way
battle-tested.
more productive.
Yeah.
In your opportunities than RJ has been. And I'm not trying to dump on RJ. I'm just he's such a young player. But you showed more before you actually became the starter than RJ has, as we know that over 40% of his total yards this season have come off 2 runs.
But now, this is his time. You're a second-round draft pick. You have George and Sean that felt comfortable taking you in the second round when they passed up on a couple really good running backs.
Did one of them play last night in New England?
One of them did, and a lot of people were upset with me for saying it, but Travion Henderson looks really good.
Looks really good.
It looks great, and speed kills in this league. Now, for RJ, go out there and shut us all up. Say, hey, I'm really good too, by running in between the tackles, by breaking tackles, making people miss, by that explosive play when it's there. We are going to need this young man to be ready to go. Jaleel McLaughlin and Tyler Bidet, this is going to have to be a full running back effort for us to have some respect on the ground.
Here is more from R.J. Harvey from earlier today, how he's improved this season.
Yeah, pretty much everything, really. You know, the game I feel like it slowed down a lot for me. You know, when I first got here, you know, things were moving quick, moving fast, and the game has definitely slowed down for me, and I definitely feel more comfortable.
Well, what an opportunity for R.J. Harvey on Sunday. Broncos country is going to be rooting like crazy for him. I'm hopeful that he can maybe fill 75% of the type of production that Dobbins was producing. But also, if the Broncos are going to pull off this upset at home against the favored Kansas City Chiefs, I know I mentioned it earlier in the week, but this offense needs to get back to basics. If you are looking to simplify, all right, you are looking to trim down, start targeting the number 1 wide receiver, the guy on the $90 million contract who's top 10 all-time in Broncos history in receptions, yards, and touchdowns.
92.
Let's get back to him. I shorted him $2 million.
Yeah.
$92 million contract. And less of I'm not saying close off the faucet on someone like Troy Franklin, but just be a little bit more choosy. In the last 5 weeks, Troy Franklin has gotten number 1 type of targets, okay? He is a young, exciting player that can still be a weapon on game day.
Yes.
But he's not a number 1 yet. Let's get back to basics. Let's start featuring Cortland Sutton a little bit more than they have been.
It's like, let's get back to last year. All right, let's get back to the Bo Nix of last year who was targeting Cortland Sutton. That was his safety blanket. Who was targeting Marvin Mims because, yes, Marvin Mims will play this game. And last year with Marvin Mims, he was your deep threat, a guy that Bo Nix was able to connect with multiple times for big, huge touchdowns, like the Cincy game where Marvin Mims has 2 touchdowns, or the Browns game where Marvin Mims takes a 94-yard bomb to the house. Let's get back to that. Connect with Marvin Mims downfield and get your number 1 receiver, Cortland Sutton, going. On top of that, Evan Ingram, let's wake up. The Joker, everybody was so excited about. You need to do your part. When the ball is thrown to you, catch the damn ball. But also for Sean, get him going because you're going up against 2 linebackers with the Kansas City Chiefs that are very tight, and they don't want to run, and they're going to try to hide them as much as possible. But when the Chiefs decide to go man, you have to find ways to get one-on-one with these linebackers and win that one-on-one battle.
Yep, and those linebackers, Drew Tranquill, Nick Bolton, Leo Chanel, we'll see if they can maximize some of those opportunities at the second level there. In terms of, real quick before we move on from the running back conversation entirely.
Yeah.
What does this look like
That's the
for
most you ever talked about running backs, man. It's a change of heart for you. You love them running backs.
your boy Jaleel?
Yeah.
What does it look like for him on Sunday?
It's looking like, one, we know he's going to play. It's looking like he's going to get his opportunity to run the ball because he's another one where if you talk about who can run better inside, I'm going to say Jaleel McLaughlin over R.J. Harvey right now. So you're looking at Jaleel getting some carries. Now, he may get some early just to see what he will do with them after R.J. R.J. is going to get majority of the carries until he proves that he can't do it anymore. Then Jaleel's going to get in there. I believe Tyler Bidet is still going to get his third down role, and he may get a couple of carries inside because he's been a really good running back when he comes to running inside during camp. So Jaleel's going to get his opportunities to get some carries. So is Tyler Bidet. But this is an R.J. Harvey show until he shows us he can't do it.
All right. We told you earlier in the week and even earlier today that Patrick Mahomes is 53-0 all time when holding their opponent to 17 points or less. I mean, that is dramatic. They have never lost a low-scoring a football game ever. And it feels like because of what we've seen from this offense, all right, and because of who will not be available on Sunday in J.K. Dobbins, and I know I might sound a little bit kooky, but this may have to be the first time, like, the Chiefs go 53-1, like the Broncos winning a game 17-16, 16-14, the reverse of last year's score when they lost 16-14. Yeah. Because I just don't know if this offense is capable of scoring into even the mid-20s against this Chiefs defense. And Kansas City has played the Broncos so strategically in these last few years where, much like Buffalo a year ago, they got down 7-0. They didn't panic at all. They didn't even try to throw the ball. They were like, we just know if we stick to our game, eventually series after series.
Just play your game.
Yep. And Kansas City, you talk about styles making fights, like it would not shock me at all if Kansas City gets up by a possession and tries to just grind the game out. I have a feeling this is going to be a really low-scoring rock fight.
Even without PS2, though, see, I think that's where we're tending to forget, too. Yeah, we're not just missing J.K. offensively, but you're missing the best player on the damn Denver Broncos in PS2 who one-sides offenses. You still think that it's going to be a low-scoring game knowing that these receivers are very fast that Kansas City has, and you're going against Riley Moss and Chris Abrams-Drain, who have done well for the most part, but this is going to be one of their biggest tests.
Yes, I still do, because of if they – let's just say Hollywood Brown takes 170 yards to the house. Let's just get crazy and say that happens. I do not believe Kansas City's response on the next series is going to try to overextend themselves. I believe they will only do, if they're in a position of strength, I believe they will only do exactly what is required. They are not going to be trying to blow the Broncos out or cover some spread. I think they know acutely the inability for the Broncos offense to find some level of consistency. So they are A-OK winning the 12-round fight on points without having to knock out their opponent. If they know they're ahead on points, right? This is Mayweather. Like, I'm not overextending myself.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to be ahead on points. I'm just not going to let you
Playing
knock
chess,
me out.
not checkers.
Yeah, so, like, I believe that will be Kansas City's approach on Sunday. And I just think that style of game lends itself for KC trying to win 20-16, something like that.
And I'm with you where that may be Kansas City's approach, but this is going to be the first time Kansas City has seen a defense like this, swarming around. All right, Zach Allen, John Franklin Myers, Jonathan Cooper, Nick Benito. Like, Patrick Mahomes is going to feel the pressure. On top of that, Pacheco's not playing. So the Chiefs' best running back is not playing. Now, you do have old Kareem Hunt.
Yep.
That's my boy. But is that enough to where they can lean on him after going up by 7 if they go up by 7? Like, that may not be enough. So for the Kansas City Chiefs, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Are they going to be aggressive? I know they want to grind it out and make it as easy as possible and force the offense to score a point or a touchdown. But that may not be the case. And hopefully Bo Nix wakes his ass up and gives us some type of spark with his legs, with his arms to keep things going.
Yep, and I'm glad that you said that because we can talk ourselves in circles about J.K. Dobbins' absence and what kind of faith you have in R.J. Harvey. Will they feature Sutton more? We haven't really had the Ingram conversation here yet in dedicated fashion in this sequence. But if Bo Nix doesn't play well, if Bo Nix continues to do what he's been doing, the Broncos, man, I have to really put half of my brain behind my back. I mean, you're talking about, like, can the defense score?
Yeah.
Then can special teams score? And you can't go into a game with those kind of expectations. So Bo's going to have to wake up. This offense is going to have to wake up. Yeah, it's the time for, like, all, like, the excuse making. And
No.
Like,
it's past that.
Yeah, we're going into Week 11 here.
Week 11, you're 8-2. You haven't done well if you're Bo Nix and even Sean Payton and being consistent enough. Get your number one receiver involved. Get Marvin Mims involved. Try to get a run game going. And Bo, if it's not there, don't force it. You don't have to force it. Why? Because you have these beautiful legs that God has given you. Use them. Run. Sustain drive. Score a touchdown. Do what you have to do to win this game.
Well, if they do win this game, you could be looking at a Kansas City team whose goal goes from winning the division for a 10th straight time to just trying to make the playoffs. All right, and that is the reality of this, okay? Like, if their chance of winning the division, if they lose on Sunday, go down to single digits.
Wow.
Okay, and if they lose the game, their playoff probability is in the 50s. If they win, their playoff probability is in the 80s. But if they drop this game, their chances of playing in the playoffs are at 59% going into Week 12. You talk about fight or flight, back against the wall to be in the postseason. This is a team who's been in the Super Bowl 5 of the last 6 years. So wouldn't it be something if the Broncos can pull this off? Man, it's right there. It's at home.
And what was the stat for Kansas City on the road this year? Do you remember that stat? Because I know for the Denver Broncos at home, we are undefeated. We are doing our part so far. But for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep, Broncos league's longest winning streak, 10 straight wins in Denver. Kansas City has won a single road game this year in total. And that was on the road at the New York Giants, who aren't a very good team. No. And have already fired their coach and replaced their quarterback. So, and even benched the second string guy, who is now on Cameo. If you want to hear from Russ,
unlimited.
He said unlimited videos. He actually said it, and you have to pay $333 to hear from Russ.
Why 33 though? Why is it 333?
Because it's 3. He's 3.
Oh,
it's
okay.
3. I want to hear from the threes.
Okay.
Oh my
$333 Cameo, unlimited.
Goodness gracious. All right, what did Patrick Mahomes have to say about this Broncos defense as well as fighting for his divisional life? That's next.
Can the Broncos move the ball on the ground without J.K. Dobbins? Should Vance Joseph dial up the pressure against Patrick Mahomes? We'll break it all down on the Fan Football pregame show, live on game day starting at noon. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
constipation with belly pain that keeps coming back and back and back? If your symptoms keep coming back, talk to your doctor. It could be irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C. Linzess could help you get ahead of it. Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. Thinking about buying a home in Colorado? You're not the only one, and now might be your best shot. We're officially in a buyer's market, which means you've got the upper hand. More homes are on the market, competition is down, and serious deals are out there just waiting to be found. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade or downsize, now's the time to get pre-approved, and American Financing can make it happen in 24 hours or less. Interest rates are competitive, and home prices have been stable. That means you can find a great deal while locking in a monthly payment that fits your budget. Plus, with home equity building over time, your investment grows, making home ownership a smart, long-term financial decision. If you continue to pay rent, you're just paying your landlord's mortgage, and you don't need 20% down. You could be in your new home with as little as 3% down. Plus, they're offering down payment assistance programs to make home ownership even easier. Call American Financing at 303-695-7000 or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Gobble, 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 gobble. Oh man, I do a terrible turkey impersonation. Hey everybody, Dan Jacobs from Jacobs Law on 303 Law 4040. Those of you that listen to the Dan Jacobs Show know that I just love the holidays. But I also know these holidays in particular can be really tough on a lot of people, whether it's the government shutdown, inflation, the economy, whatever it is, or some people just have a hard time during the holidays as it is every single year. It's just a hard time of year for them. As always, we want to be here for you. If we can help out with a little bit of that with free food and groceries, we would love to have you any first or third Thursday of the month. Come on out to Eastern Hills Church at Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road. We're even doing smoked ham and turkey this month in honor of Thanksgiving. So if you need it, anybody, no questions asked. You just pull up and pop the trunk. 4 to 6 p.m., Eastern Hills Community Church, every first and third Thursday, Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road.
Black Friday is going on now at every AutoNation store. Hurry in and save for a limited time. Buy with 0 down, plus make no payments till next year. Shop new and used cars, trucks, SUVs, even top luxury models. Drive with 0 down, plus no payments till next year. Save your cash for the holidays. Go to your nearest AutoNation store now. Limited term financing on approved credit, 90-day deferred payment. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details.
Brandon Stokely here from my friends at Roller Auction. Do you have items you're looking to sell? Since 1976, Roller Auction has been conducting commercial and industrial auctions for Colorado government agencies, Fortune 500 companies, small business owners, secured creditors, individuals, and more. They have a large marketplace to showcase your assets, so don't wait. Visit rollerauction.com for a free consultation and turn those items into some cold, hard cash. Again, go visit them at rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Or are they promising you up to 10% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you have a plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Annuities, not advisory products. DBA Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Let's talk about your hair. If you're losing it and desire it back, then do what I did and go see Dr. Tanya Pauls at Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can personally attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but close to it. They put hair where you need it the most, and bam, it grows. It's actually science. Advanced Hair has it all. Top-rated Dr. Tanya Pauls, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins regrowing the very next day. Advanced Hair even guarantees it to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation today. Call 720-459-HAIR and you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. That's 720-459-HAIR. Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver, and they've changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. Become inspired with the before and afters at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan brought to you by Flanagan Law.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, TU hockey skates with Colorado College with pregame starting at 6:30. Tomorrow morning on 104.3 HD2, Air Force football faces UConn with pregame starting at 9:30. On 104.3 HD3, TU basketball faces UTSA with pregame starting at 11:30. Then on the Fan, home of the Colorado State Rams, CSU football faces New Mexico, presented by Rock's Heating and Air with pregame starting at noon.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at wistaracu.com.
It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, we'll hear from Patrick Mahomes talking about being down in the AFC West. What an unfamiliar situation that they find themselves in after a decade of dominance.
He might be shaking in his boots.
Maybe so. Maybe so. Someone might be shaking in their boots with excitement. They hear their name called for the Fan Flyaway. You want to go to Phoenix this February for the biggest party in golf? It is the Fan Flyaway presented by 303 Law 4040. Chris Buxman, you have 10 minutes to call us back at 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the grand prize, which is 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale, round trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Phoenix, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. Chris Buxman, call us back at 303-713-1043. If you haven't already entered, you can still sign up at thefanflyway.com. Make sure to listen weekdays every hour between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to hear if your name is called. Here is Patrick Mahomes talking about being down in the AFC West.
I think you understand this game's important. I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, it's a divisional game, and they're always important. But with them having the lead and us needing to go out there and win to have a chance to win the division, I think guys understand that. But at the same time, all we can do is have a great day today. And we're gonna have a great week of practice. Put that together, and then go out there and play our best football. And I think if we play our best football, we can win against anybody. And so we have to go out there with that mindset of let's play our best football this weekend.
They have not played their best football this season, all right, but they are rounding into form, winners of 3 of their last 4, with the only loss in their
to Buffalo.
on the road in Buffalo. I mean,
Yeah.
It's just a tough place to play. And Buffalo, by the way, played their best game that I have seen them play. I mean, that was as good of a regular season game as
Against
we
the
saw
Chiefs?
against the Chiefs. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the A++ version of Buffalo.
Not good enough, I guess.
I mean, if they play like that in the playoffs, I mean, we'll see. I don't want to make this about Buffalo. But Mahomes against the Broncos, how about this? 13 wins, 1 loss.
Man.
That is the most dominant a quarterback has ever been in NFL history against a divisional opponent.
I mean, all the stats going for Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes are insane that you have been listing all day long. And now you're saying 13-1 against the Broncos.
13-1.
So my man is not scared of the Denver Broncos, no matter how it looks right now, no matter if his team is 5-4. He knows what he can do. He knows what his team can do. Travis Kelce, the receivers that are coming back. So in their head, they are saying if we just put together a great game with a great game plan that Andy Reid's going to put together for us, we should be able to beat the Denver Broncos on the road. So for Denver has to go in the mindset of this is like a playoff game.
Right.
We must beat the Kansas City Chiefs at home. And if you can do that without J.K. Dobbins and PS2, man, the state is going to be on fire.
Yep.
But it starts with Bo Nix, and it starts with the head coach, Sean Payton, making sure his team is ready to play and putting them in great situations throughout this game.
Well, I'll tell you this. Yesterday we were joined by Alex Gold, one half of Cody and Gold, on the air on The Fan in Kansas City. And one of the things that he said was, we've been calling this game for the Broncos a validation game. And right now the Broncos have a sterling record, but not matching up with the record is the believability of the team. And now some fans believe more and some less and some don't believe at all. I think I'm somewhere in between considering this offense. But, if you go out and beat Kansas City, to your point, without a top 5 rusher in the NFL, without the defensive player of the year, validation, oh my gosh, that would be signed, sealed, delivered. Who would not be believing after that?
No, everybody's going to be believing. You're going to be believing because you said it earlier. If we win this game, it is going to be because of the defense and Bo Nix, Sean Payton doing his part, VJ doing his part. But this game is huge. Kansas City feels like this is a playoff game. Their back's against the wall. They're going to try to throw the first punch, maybe the second punch, but the Denver Broncos have to have that same mentality. You have to go in there saying, I'm going to prove to the world that we are a believable team and that we can get to a Super Bowl this year.
Here's a little bit more from Patrick Mahomes talking about the advantages of winning the division.
First off, you get the home game at Arrowhead, which I think is huge, and we've proved that we can go on the road and win, but just being able to play at Arrowhead is an advantage. With the noise and the atmosphere, and you can feed off the crowd and stuff like that, and so and it kind of checks that first box for you to show that you've accomplished something in the year, and now let's build on to the next goal, and so it's been something that's been important to us. And so we'll still have that mindset of finding a way to win it this year, but it all starts with this week.
The Chiefs have been, I don't want to say taking a shortcut because they're obviously playing by the rules and they deserve to have the bye. But when you win the division as often as they have,
and the built-in cheat code,
and the divisional round is at Arrowhead, and then you're in the AFC Championship game more oftentimes than not at Arrowhead, you have to win 2 playoff games to be in the Super Bowl. Think about that. And by the way, this is what's also on the line for these Denver Broncos, because the Colts right now and the Patriots are at the top of the AFC.
Yeah.
But if you win on Sunday and you go to 9-2, you are keeping pace with them. There is nothing that says the Broncos cannot still finish number 1 seed in the AFC and have that cheat code advantage that Kansas City's been playing with for the last decade.
This is the race to the top. And usually the team that's the healthiest is a team that's going to win it all, a team that's going to have that opportunity. So for the Denver Broncos, they're not the healthiest, but they have enough, and they have to find a way to beat the Chiefs so that they can keep pace with the Patriots and with the Colts, and hopefully they can get J.K. back at some point, and definitely you will get PS2 back. So this is all about the race, and Sean has said that before. It's the race to the top, and we're in the thick of things.
Yep. I want to read one RamosLaw.com text, 303-713-1043. Throw your name on it, give you a shout-out. The 210 says, the Bills don't have a PS2, and they caused Mahomes to have the lowest completion percentage of his career. It's a really good point.
Yeah.
We just saw Mahomes and that offense struggle mightily in Buffalo. This defense here in Denver is better than the one in Western New York. That is for sure. So even without PS2, even without Dobbins, can that defense, it's a tall ask, but one more time, play over your head and try to dominate up front and get after Mahomes.
Zach, we're asking the defense to stand on their head and do the mashed potato. Maybe they're going to be the first ones to do it.
Maybe so. Okay, if you want to react to any of that conversation, you can go ahead and hit us up, RamosLaw.com, text line 303-713-1043. Let's give some predictions going into the weekend. And some unfortunate injury news to pass along that doesn't have to do with J.K. Dobbins or PS2. We'll give it to you next.
The Fan Flyaway is back. Presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel, tickets, and $500 in spending money all included. First, head to thefanflyaway.com to register. Then tune in every hour to see if your name is called. If you hear your name, you have 10 minutes to call us back and be entered into the grand prize drawing. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And guys, I know there's at least 50 of you listening right now who are thinking about popping that question, and you know you need a diamond. So I'm going to save you some time and money right now by telling you this. You need to go see my jeweler, Williams Jewelers, for that perfect diamond engagement ring, the ultimate holiday gift, or just because that special someone deserves it. This holiday, imagine the finest jewelry legends in one store together, treating you just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, and the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secrets of the business with you, they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers? Like I said earlier, my hometown jeweler. Also the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue and also on Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to let them know that Phillip Lindsay sent you.
Happy holidays from Done Right Home Improvements. Putting off that home makeover till after the holidays? Well, good, because book your project now for install after and save 16% or get a great financing deal. DRHI.com.
You better book. You're the best divorce lawyers in town.
From executive producer Ryan Murphy.
I tell my clients every day, marriage is just a trap. Let's light it on fire. Showtime, ladies.
Starring Kim Kardashian, Naomi Watts, Niecy Nash Betts, Tiana Taylor with Sarah Paulson and Glenn Close.
God, I love my job.
Hulu original series, All's Fair. Now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus. For bundle subscribers, terms apply.
It's time for Black Friday, Dell Technologies' biggest sale of the year. Enjoy huge savings on select PCs like the Dell 16 Plus, featuring Intel Core Ultra processors. And with built-in advanced features, it's the PC that helps you do more, faster. Plus, earn Dell rewards and enjoy many other benefits, like free shipping, price match guarantee, and expert support. They also have huge deals on accessories that pair perfectly with your Dell PC and make perfect gifts for everyone on your list. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
Jim, it's late in the half here at Empower Field, and things are coming down to the wire at the concession stand.
Nachos are a solid choice, but Grant needs to finish strong here.
He scans his wallet and pulls out his Broncos checking debit card for 10% off.
Wow, savvy move. And with no surprise fees, he won't regret this order.
I don't know, Jim. That's a lot of cheese. Bank like a Bronco with Broncos checking from Int Credit Union. Insured by NCUA. Membership required.
Brandon Stokely here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Are you ready for winter? Worries you might need a new furnace? Don't know where to begin? Rocks Heating and Air makes it incredibly easy with their new, free, no obligation online heating and cooling quote. It takes less than 5 minutes and gives you options instantly. No calls, no waiting, and transparent pricing. Only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air. A lot of personal injury lawyers make claims about how good they are. But how do you know who's the best? Who will fight to get you the money you deserve? At Berg Simpson, we don't rely on simple claims like other firms. We have 27 best lawyers in America, 17 super lawyers, and we're one of the National Trial Lawyers' top 25 most influential law firms. Compare us to other firms, then call Berg Simpson.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car.
How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Top users make between $200 to $300 per month.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code REFUND25 for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code REFUND25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code REFUND25.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
I don't have no crystal ball. I don't have a crystal ball, but we're going to make some predictions anyway.
Oh,
How about that?
All right.
How about that?
Let's do it.
Just a couple minutes left here on a Bud Light Football Friday live from Jackson's. Really appreciate everyone down at Jackson's treating us great today and taking care of us and our staff. Very kind. It's not lost on us ever. Hey, Christian Brown, I got to pass this along. Sprained his ankle. If you watched the game the other night, you saw it. Sprained his ankle. Phil, he's going to be out the next 6 weeks.
Man.
So that tells me it's a high ankle sprain and a severe one.
Yeah, and it didn't look. Now, of course, like, hey, we're sitting here eating puffballs and watching these games. It didn't look like it was that severe, but when he started to hobble and when he got back in the game and he looked like a statue, I was like, okay, something's obviously wrong. Ends up being his ankle. So that sucks. That's a major blow for the Denver Nuggets because the one thing we said was this team had depth, and Jokic was going to get the rest because of it. Well, Cam Johnson's banged up, okay, Christian Brown's banged up, and so now you don't have the depth that you had earlier, and now for Jokic, he's forced to play longer minutes and be another key contributor to, like, maybe scoring more than he wants to because you don't have Christian Brown and Cam Johnson.
Yeah, and it sounds like Cam Johnson bicep strain.
Bicep strain.
So that's going to be a soft tissue, and I believe that is his shooting arm. That is not good. So just really, really rough start for Cam Johnson. And we'll just leave it there. Unfortunate, insult to injury here, or injury to insult, however you say that. So we'll have to see what this looks like without those two key guys, two starters. You're down 40% of your starting lineup right now, going into Minnesota, which has owned this matchup over the last few years. Okay, Avs and Islanders over the weekend. This is Sunday evening. The Avs, the Islanders, pretty good, solid, 9-6-2. They're 5-3-1 away from Long Island. Do the Avs stay hot on Sunday evening at home?
Yes, they do. The Avs have a lot of firepower, and unlike the Denver Nuggets now, of course, Val's missing. The Avs are more intact. Their units are together. They're firing on all cylinders. You have not just the top line doing their part, but the bottom six are doing their part as well. So, like, this team is on fire. And you have Wedgwood, Blackwood. Both of them are battling for that starting role. Wedgie's still the starter as of right now, but Blackwood, at some point, he's going to want to dethrone Wedgwood. So, yes, Zach, I think they keep this place going. And Gavin Brindley, my man, has been hot.
Yes, he has.
He has been hot. I think that he's going to continue this. He's feisty. I'm going to call him the Rocket.
I love it. I have them winning as well. No one's higher than Marty Netchis right now.
No, that's true. This is why he's hot.
Coming off 2 goals, 2 assists, turned down a hat trick in order to feed an empty net goal to Gabe Landeskog. I thought that was a microcosm of the connective tissue that this team has right now, giving me Stanley Cup vibes, no doubt about it. I think they win their 6th straight on Sunday evening. Also, give me a quick Nuggets Wolves prediction.
Yeah, this one's going to be tough because now you're without 2 of your starters, but you still have Jokic. Jamal Murray, he needs to step up. I'm expecting him to step up, and he's going to have to. So, therefore, I think that the Nuggets get it done, and Jamal Murray actually has a really good game against his boy, Anthony Edwards.
All right, I have the Nuggets dropping this one. I just don't like the dynamics, missing those 2 starters. The Wolves have really controlled this series in the last few years. So I'll say that holds in the first game as the Nuggets try to figure it out without those starters. And then we've been bumping our gums all week about the game. Broncos in Kansas City. Would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
Yeah. I think you have you have a well thought out one coming. So I'm gonna go first, Zach. And it's been tough. We've been going back and forth with the Denver Broncos. The reality is the Denver Broncos don't have their best player in J.K. Dobbins offensively. They don't have their best player on the football team with Pat Surtain. Bo Nix has been struggling, and he has to figure out how to light something under him so that he can get going. And with me saying all that, with Kansas City back against the wall, and this is a playoff game for them, I don't believe that the Denver Broncos have enough to beat Kansas City right now offensively. The defense is going to try their damnedest to stay in this game. But I don't know how much of a fight the offense is going to give for Kansas City's defense when it comes to Bo Nix, these receivers, when you're missing your number one player in J.K. Dobbins, whose the identity of this team is running the ball. I think Kansas City ends up winning this game 21-10.
All right, similar. I actually look at this matchup the same way I look at the Wolves matchup. The Nuggets are down starters. They're going to have to play for the first time without them. The Broncos are down the league's 5th leading running back. You're going to play the first time without him and try to explore what that looks like. No Pat Surtain, who's the best overall player on the Denver Broncos. Oh, and it's against the Chiefs coming off the bye week, where Andy Reid has the greatest winning percentage in NFL history. In the regular season, 22 wins, 4 losses coming off of a bye. They also, like the Wolves, have owned this matchup over the years in the last decade or so. So I will go the Chiefs keep their divisional hopes alive, win a rock fight 13-10. All right, we will leave it there for now. Really appreciate Jackson's today on a Bud Light Football Friday. Thanks to our friends at Bud Light. Guys, have a good weekend. Enjoy the games. Be kind to one another. It's Denver Sports Tonight coming up next. Thanks, Dante.
Will Sean Payton simplify things for Bo Nix? Without Patrick Surtain, will the Broncos secondary lock down a talented Chiefs offense? We'll react to it all in the Fan Football Postgame Show, live on game day starting at the 2-minute warning. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What is going on, fellas? ED, erectile dysfunction, is an intimacy destroyer. And you already know this, but if you don't, I just told you so. And research shows that men can draw away from their partners when ED becomes the problem. And the conditions can cause stress, anxiety, depression, and even worse, a man's partner can even blame themselves when ED does show up. So what I'm telling you is you need to go get treated at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic because their treatments work when the pills and herbals fail you. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%, and some of these treatments can have you last an hour or even more if you want to last that long. All I need you to do is schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. Their initial visit is only $99, which will include a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And here's the kicker, gentlemen. If the test dose does not work in the office, the visit is absolutely free. They also have 5 locations out there to serve you, so there are no excuses. Go get it treated. You can go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs. So give them a call today at 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register